The U.S. has been removing mines from the southern route of the Strait of Hormuz, with more tankers passing through, says ABC News contributor and former State Department official Steve Ganyard.
That's another 5 million barrels on the market. So we're going from a shortage of oil to a glut of oil, which takes away so much of the negotiating power of the Iranians.
Ganyard says what's dangerous is Ukraine attacking and knocking out a lot of Russian oil refineries, creating long lines for gasoline in Russia. He says Putin might attack NATO to distract the Russian people. A White House report accuses the Smithsonian Institution of tainted, politically motivated exhibits. The Smithsonian denies it. FIFA's judicial bodies are independent. They operate autonomously, says the head of soccer's governing body in a statement, essentially denying that he had any influence over the decision to reverse a red card suspension of a top U.S. scorer. This is ABC News. The World Cup has been a bonanza for gambling.
Kalshi, the biggest of the prediction markets, saw more than $31 billion in volume in June, compared with $18 billion in May. Dune Analytics says that since the beginning of World Cup competition, Kalshi has handled $1 billion a day. Polymarket, which watched its volume fall in April and May, saw trading of $10.8 billion in June. By the way, France is Kalshi's odds-on favorite to win the 2026 World Cup. Jim Ryan, ABC News.
A continuing consumer headache. Shoppers sign up for free trials or reduced rates for subscriptions and then run into trouble when they try to cancel it.
People report that they'll have to email or chat in, and there might be several different steps to the process there that they have to go through.
Cameron Nakashima of the Better Business Bureau says that the agency has gotten from the Pacific Northwest alone nearly 40,000 complaints and 9,000 negative reviews. Chuck Sievertson, ABC News.
A Seattle restaurant offers to pick up your tab if USA wins tonight's World Cup match. Details coming up, but first a check on your traffic brought to you by your Seattle Mariners. Here in Seattle, we are struggling. South 5 just before Mercer, where we've got a disabled semi blocking that right lane. A tow is on scene, so hopefully this is going to clear soon. Meanwhile, you're backed up bumper to bumper into Northgate. Linwood to Seattle, plan on 35 minutes, about a 20-minute delay. Head over to 99 and get out of this backup. 99 is wide open in both directions through downtown. North 5, a little crowded, approaching the West Seattle Bridge to I-90. And in Federal Way, North 5, we're crowded between the Fife Curve and State Route 18, Federal Way to Seattle, just under 25 minutes. Don't miss fireworks nights all summer, presented by T-Mobile. Next up is the 2000s Decade Show, July 17th. Get your tickets at mariners.com/fireworks.
KIRO Newsradio 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO Newsradio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon, I'm Nate Connors. It's not just Seattle soccer fans hyped up about tonight's World Cup match being played in our city. The players themselves are equally excited. Tom Rinaldi is covering the match for Fox Sports. He sat down with the USA players after the last round and says just the mention of Seattle made them smile.
The atmosphere here has been different. And I think anyone who's been in or with or around the team would tell you if they could pick any place for this match to happen, it would be Seattle.
The USA enters as slight favorites over Belgium. Kickoff is at 5 o'clock. A Seattle restaurant is putting its money where its soccer pride is. Blue Water Bistro owner Bart Evans has made a Las Vegas bet that the United States will beat Belgium in a penalty shootout tonight. If he's right, everyone inside the Leshai restaurant watching the World Cup match will have their food and drinks covered on the spot with the bet's winnings. A death is now being linked to the Chelan Hills fire in Douglas County. Deputies searching for a missing resident Sunday found a vehicle that had gone off the road in the fire zone. The vehicle was later consumed by the wildfire and human remains were found inside. Planes and helicopters have been dropping water and retardant on the fire during daylight hours. Rye Curley is with KOZI Radio based in the city of Chelan.
It is all blowing northeast, and it started really southeast of the Chelan-Manson area. So the populated areas are really not in any trouble here, and neither are the roads to get in and out of these populated areas.
In fact, Highway 97 is open to all traffic. Meantime, boaters in the Columbia River are being asked to give aircraft plenty of space. Harborview Medical Center is reporting a busy 4th of July weekend in its emergency and trauma units. The latest update, clinicians have treated 86 people for fireworks-related injuries. Hand injuries are the most common, followed by multiple body parts and then eye injuries. Microsoft is laying off about 600 employees in Washington. KIRO 7 TV's Dee Sun has details.
According to the Seattle Times, the company is laying off 4,800 people overall from the sales department as well as the Xbox gaming division. Remember, Microsoft cut 15,000 workers last year. The company's president, Brad Smith, said despite these changes, our overall presence in Washington state remains stable at 52,000 employees.
Your KIRO News Radio weather World Cup Monday forecast is a beauty, sunny and near 80. Tomorrow, a few clouds will roll through, but still mostly sunny and 77. Wednesday, we'll see isolated showers and 72. 71 and sunny in downtown Seattle right now. I'm Nate Connors, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with the KIRO News Radio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
And now, it's time for the Jake and Spike Show on KIRO News Radio with your hosts, Jake Skorheim and Spike O'Neill.
Behold, a fiendish masterpiece from the bowels of hell! Mondays, boy, I hate Mondays. They make me so steamed. Weekends, I prefer the weekends. Son of a
Happy Monday to everybody. Happy Monday. Jake Skorheim sitting alongside Spike O'Neill, who's back from vacation.
Happy Monday, my friend. Welcome.
Happy Monday.
Yeah.
What an exciting day to come back for.
I know, right?
I love Mondays anyway because you can jump right into the week, and I'm doing big arms because I'm so excited. This Monday is just a special Monday because we have World Cup, Team USA playing tonight, round of 16 against Belgium, and we're favored to win the game.
Are we really?
Yes. Doesn't mean that it's going to happen, but I guarantee it's going to happen.
Okay, we're favored. In this room, we took a poll.
Yeah.
It's unanimous. Except for Laura, who's waffling.
No, she's not. It's one of those days where everybody's so excited. We're going to have a bunch of people down in downtown Seattle. They're going to check in on different things. We're going to be posting pictures. There's a massive crowd heading down for this thing. I mean,
it could be the biggest day in Seattle sports history.
Could be.
I mean, we're talking about multiple conference championship games in Seattle. At one point in time,
celebration.
Super Bowl celebration. Right. Well, that's
two of them.
The parade thing is one thing, but and
they're saying it could be bigger
than the parade.
That's
crazy balls.
Which would be crazy. It would be. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. Everyone I know, all 4th of July weekend, everybody was talking about this.
That's all we're talking about. You bet.
It's very, very exciting. And join us right now to give us some more details.
We've become a nation of soccer fans. I think we have.
Well, let's talk to Luke Ducey, and then we can talk about why we're becoming a nation of soccer fans. Luke Ducey joins us right now, KIRO News Radio reporter.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
All-around great guy.
You know, there's something to that, though, isn't it? Like, I was talking, I'm going to pick on him again, as I picked him on him about an hour ago on the air. Aaron Granello, our anchor here in the newsroom, he was telling me just today in the newsroom, Luke, I don't like soccer. I don't watch soccer. I'm not a fan. But I got to tell you, when the game's on, I can't not watch.
Yeah.
Have been overcome with this. You know, say what you want about FIFA and going into the World Cup, all the headlines where they're corrupt, they're this, they're that, Oh, okay. But they put on a heck of a show.
It's the only reason that FIFA can have as many problems as that they have internally, allegedly, and still be such a giant organization because the product that they have
they deliver.
Very entertaining.
They deliver, man.
And it's the teams, it's the players and the teams that in the end that are battling it out.
It's the goalie from Cape Verde.
Yeah.
That guy's done more for soccer in America than FIFA has, I'd argue. But collectively, the games have been phenomenal.
It's Mexico-England. Did you see that game yesterday?
Yep.
Probably the game, the match of the tournament so far, and probably it's an instant classic. Incredible game.
Tons of calls, too. There was a bunch of yellow cards and a bunch of, there's a couple red cards, right? Or at least there was one red card. There was at least a couple of penalties. I mean, the whole game was just a blast to watch.
It's the passion that we see in America from the fan bases, and you see it on the pitch from the athletes. The American team is as passionate as anybody with regard to competition, and just it's been a phenomenal ride.
It's been really fun.
I'm telling you. And the reason I think we become a Seattle, America, we become a soccer nation is because we win. I mean, because we've won.
We can smell victory.
We've won, and we said this when we going in. We like a winner.
Yeah.
We said weeks ago, if this team makes a run, this will go a long way for planting the flag of world's game.
Planting the American flag straight into the world's game.
And we can
by far the most talented U.S. men's team that there has ever been. And this is it. If they're going to go far, this is it. Now, they've been to so this is the round of 16, tonight's game. They have been to the quarterfinals before in the World Cup. Once. But if you think about it, this tournament this year is the first time they've had so many teams in the group. So this is kind of the equivalent of how far they've gone so far. Yep. It's just there's so many teams, and so there's an extra couple of stages there. They are doing fantastic, and they have a good shot at going to the quarterfinals of this tournament.
I feel very positive about this team. I'm very bullish about this team. A lot of people are, but for good reason. They're very, very talented, like you were saying. We're going to get into the specifics on the players in just a second, and it's really interesting because all morning we've been watching this red card controversy that kind of took shape over the weekend. You have Balogun.
Folarin Balogun. Yeah.
His red card, which originally was meant that he was not going to be in on this game.
That's right.
Got overturned, and now there's questions about like who made calls to who and how did that happen and how that materialized. Before we get into that, and we will in just a second, tell us a little bit about what you're hearing about what the celebrations downtown are going to be like, just the festivities leading up to it.
Well, let me just start with what I've seen so far. I was downtown in front of Seattle Stadium for Seattle's morning news, and I've been there before for other World Cup games, both U.S., Australia, but other games as well, non-U.S. related games. And when there are night games and there are morning, I'm there in the morning. There's no one there, right? And I'm there. It's the calm before the storm, and there's no one here. It was about 6:30, 7-ish, somewhere around in there. I started seeing fans trickle in.
This morning.
They're up. They've got coffee. They've got their cameras. They're dressed not like they're coming out of their hotel. Let's just check it out and then we'll go to breakfast. No. They were already kind of dressed, ready to go, feeling things out, scouting out how are we going to get in, this and that. But they were ready to go.
This is for a 5 p.m. game.
This is for a 5 p.m. game. When I was driving back here to the station, I saw more fans trickling out of their hotels as I would go along through downtown Seattle with headbands on. They're out there now. They're out there now. I'm telling you were talking about record crowds.
Yeah.
There will be record crowds today in downtown Seattle.
They set the record was a Pier 62, I think, was the largest waterfront event at 84,000, if that's the right number. That was for the U.S.-Australia game. And the crowds for the other Seattle games weren't quite as large. But to your point, they may break 100,000
It's a hometown crowd.
Yeah.
Hometown crowd. And this is do or die. So this is this is it.
So
if you win, you go on. If you lose, you go home.
Can we get into the controversy over the red card? So I'm going to play you guys a clip. This is this is last week. This was this is Thursday? Is that when this happened? This red card when they were playing Bosnia and Herzegovina?
Yes, I believe that game was Thursday.
They played on Wednesday, didn't they? Play on Wednesday?
Wednesday.
They played on Wednesday.
The
interview with the player. Yeah.
All right, so this is the red card as it happened, and this is Balogun being sent off. Everybody who was watching it was kind of like, wait a minute, what? That doesn't look like a red card. I mean, there's nothing intentional about that. It feels like, whatever.
Yeah, yellow card for sure.
It's been, yes. Yellow card, yes, but it has been diagnosed 10 different ways from Sunday.
No intent.
And we'll play this, and then we'll talk about what happened and how this got overturned.
Balogun again, and Muharanovic, both are down. Muharanovic seems to be in the worst.
Let's keep the ball. Let's keep some of the possession. It's been a little bit of a spell for Bosnia and Herzegovina.
Balogun again, and Muharanovic, both are down. Muharanovic seems to be in the worst shape, although Balogun is still shaken up. And now for the first time today, those two have had a real big-time battle all game.
After review, the number 20 United States committee serious foul.
Yeah, it's going to be a red card.
The final decision is red card.
Wow.
So he gets obviously thrown out, which means a red card, which meant that he was going to miss this game. Now he's the leading scorer for Team US
by far.
This World Cup, right?
One of the best, if not the best player of this tournament so far for us, for the US. Yeah. Dangerous play because the tackle was from behind. That is a rule in place because you want to protect players. I've seen players break legs because they get tackled from behind.
Sure.
You don't teach it as kids. You teach them not to do that. But he
Luke
also
knows, for people who don't know this, Luke's a collegiate soccer player.
Yeah. And but if you really want to do someone dirty, you come in from behind. Trust me. But and cleats up. That's the thing. You can point your cleats or cleats up
but
like
he was
that.
not
he
looking.
was looking the other way, coming down. So I felt confident when it happened that, I think this might be overturned later on, the red card. I really thought that because yellow card for sure. But was it, when at full speed, it looks horrible in slow motion. Full speed, it's kind of a bang-bang play, and he wasn't looking at the player.
Can you explain this a little bit to
Sure.
the audience? Because there was a lot of controversy over them using the VAR and the slow motion to make the determination.
So what I understand is you're not allowed to use VAR in a slow motion, aspect in order to determine whether or not it's a red card or not.
You can do that for offsides,
sure,
for a goal, but you're not supposed to do that for a
tackle like that.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to use the slow motion version, which looks horrible. Look, these things, there's a lot of flopping around in soccer. I get it. And sometimes that's strategic because you want to, we saw that in the England-Mexico game. Players who know they're not going to reach the ball, but they just push it, just get their toe out and push it and then drag your feet, and then the goalie comes in and you clip and it's a foul. By law, it's a foul.
England got a penalty kick on that.
You see that. So there's a strategic way to do it, but a lot of those things hurt, man. When you get graded with these are metal studs that are long metal studs for the fields that are playing on.
There's no contention. It was a dangerous play.
Sure.
It was a potentially career-ending for the player from Bosnia-Herzegovina. But your point about you're not supposed to, by definition, not supposed to use slow motion to make a rule, that gave the U.S. soccer team grounds for appeal.
Yeah.
For the red card through FIFA's rules and regulations.
Now, they didn't officially appeal.
They did not.
But President Donald Trump did make a call.
Sounds like the White House made a call to
Sounds like the White House made a call.
This morning he's confirmed that he made this call.
Yeah, I can give you some audio right here. Here's Donald Trump talking about his call with Johnny.
Can you describe your phone call with Gianni Infantino about the red card? And Belgium is appealing the decision. What's your reaction?
You're asking me about the whole soccer thing? So, yeah, I did. I spoke to Johnny, who's highly respected, who's produced the most successful World Cup in history by, they say, 4 times. This isn't just a success. I actually said, Johnny, we've got all these games. Each one is turning out to be a Super Bowl. And we have all these games. When you think of it, every game is like a Super Bowl. Yes, I watched last night. What a game that was with Mexico and England. I mean, 2 countries, I don't know the players, although I think Kane is a great player. See, I played golf with him, and I like him a lot. He's a good golfer, too.
Harry Kane is a really good soccer player.
He's phenomenal.
He's phenomenal. But Trump said he didn't know at the time what a red card meant. He only found that out after the fact.
And he gave him a red card. I didn't know what that meant. I didn't think it meant much. Then I started hearing that means he can't play in the next game, at least in the next game. I said, boy, that's a big, if it happened to another player, it would have been unfair. But when they take your best player, or just about, they have some great players, and they say you can't play, that's very unfair. That's, it's one thing to penalize somebody for the game, but how do you penalize them for a game that hasn't been played yet? It's very unfair.
So he says he did not demand anything. Spike is having reactions to this.
I love this guy.
I'm interested in this because
he never fails to deliver.
What do you think of this? Do you think the call was a good idea? I think it's a fantastic idea. I'm happy he called.
You know what? It's funny. If you know a guy can help out, sure, you make the call.
Yeah.
But Donald Trump is so Donald Trump, and he never fails to meet my expectations. This was the right thing to do.
And you don't like him at all.
I don't like him at all. This was the right thing to do and the absolute wrong way to go about doing it.
How is it wrong?
Because now the entire world is looking at this. The president, whether it's accurate or not, perception can be reality.
Mm-hmm.
The entire soccer world is looking at this, that Donald Trump put his thumb on the scale, used his personal relationship with the president of FIFA to overturn a rule that is long-standing.
Okay.
The fact that it's unfair that a guy misses a game is why Trump called. He just said it himself.
Okay.
Not because the call was questionable, because the video review was out of their rules boundaries.
Mm-hmm.
Both of those are valid things. But Trump called and had the head of FIFA reverse a call.
Well, no, he didn't have it. He said I'd like you to review it.
No,
he didn't have him reverse it.
He didn't have him reverse it. That's fair.
Yeah,
that's fair. But it looks like we're sore losers. It looks like America.
No.
Okay.
No.
Ask the European Soccer Federation.
Let me ask you a question. Who cares what the Europeans think? No, honestly, who cares what they think?
Okay.
Let me ask you a question. Did you think it was a good call?
It's a horrible call.
Do you think it's good that it was overturned?
I think it's great it was overturned.
So then what's the problem?
It should have been overturned because USA Soccer filed an appeal. The FIFA would have then reviewed their own rules, designated that rule should not have been used to make the call and reverse it themselves, as they could have done, but that's not how it went down.
Here's what FIFA President Gianni had to say, Infantino. He says, I've seen the public comments regarding the decision of the independent FIFA disciplinary committee related to the suspension of, is it Folarin?
Folarin.
Yeah.
Folarin
Balogun. And I would like to reiterate a fundamental principle of FIFA's governance. FIFA's judicial bodies are independent. They operate autonomously apply the FIFA disciplinary code, and decide cases based on the applicable regulations and the specific facts before them. Their independence is essential to the credibility and integrity of football, and this must always be respected. Yes, I regularly discuss matters related to the FIFA World Cup with the President of the United States, and on this matter, I did receive a call from President Trump, just as I received calls from heads of state, government officials, football stakeholders, and business executives from around the world on many different issues. So this was not a unique Trump thing. This happens all the time with FIFA.
I would disagree.
He just said it happens all the time. Why would you disagree with him?
He says he has conversations all the time with leaders of state regarding the game.
Yeah.
Not about, asking. He asked specifically to review this ruling.
Yes.
That's no other leaders do that.
Do you know that for a fact?
Yes.
No other leaders have ever asked for a review of a red card. You know that for a fact?
I don't know that for a fact. No,
you just said yes.
The only time red card has been overturned in history, was Ronaldo. Had a red card overturned.
Yeah.
Portugal's soccer federation reached out to FIFA to appeal this decision. Not their president, not their government.
Okay.
That's a lot different. That's how the game's structured. The rules are structured.
Aside from Balogun, there have been 4 red cards overturned this World Cup.
Yeah, and none of them involved federal government intervention.
Trump made a call.
That's what I'm saying.
What's the problem?
The appearance looks like we're sore losers, and we put his thumb on the scale. That's the appearance.
Doesn't it look, though, like he cares that this great player wasn't going to get the opportunity to play, and it was an unfair call, and he just said, hey, why don't you guys look at this? And that would be great.
It would be. It would be great. There are 1,000 ways to go about doing that without him calling and the appearance of impropriety.
I don't think it's appearance of impropriety.
There is precedence for this. And you touched on Cristiano Ronaldo, arguably one of the 2 best players of all time. Yeah. Between him and Lionel Messi. Yeah. You can argue until the cows come home, and you'll never have an answer
My
on that
kids
one.
all think Ronaldo, by the way.
Yeah. It's either one. Either like Messi or Ronaldo. So Ronaldo, who's playing right now, as we speak, against Spain and their knockout stage. And when the U.S. wins today, we'll play the winner of this game right here, Spain and Portugal. So he did have his red card suspended.
Right.
Which
is what happened
before he was red carded in the qualifying round.
Yeah.
And then had it suspended, so he would have missed 2 games in the group play of this World Cup. Now, let me add something else into the argument that follow the money is what I'm going to suggest here.
Yes.
Because Ronaldo he is now plays in the Saudi League in Saudi Arabia and makes reportedly, no one knows, $1 billion to attract him to play in that league. He's 40 years old. He's at the end of his career. Instead of coming to the MLS, he went to Saudi Arabia and he's making $1 billion.
He's still quite a draw.
Yeah, he's still really good.
Absolutely.
He's still really good. So can you have 2 group stages with Portugal without Cristiano Ronaldo in his last World Cup?
Of course
you can't do that. It's TV ratings, right? Balogun is the best striker that the U.S. has. You've got it's all coming together in Seattle, the best World Cup city. You've got Balogun, the best striker. You've got to have him.
You've got to have him. You've got to have him. This also happened with a really good guy who plays for Argentina, another guy with Ecuador, another guy for Qatar. Yeah. It happens all the time. I mean, it's just people who hate Trump are going to see this as a negative thing for Trump. Everyone else, that's a small minority of people. Everyone else is going to. No, it's true. Most people, even if you don't like Trump, will go, hey, you know what? I'm going to give it to him on this one. It's good that he was valid. It's good that he was trying to go to bat for America when it's on American soil. Most people like it.
Now, the other piece to this storyline, it has legs. There's more to it.
Can we come back to that?
Absolutely.
Do you have time?
And it has to do with birthright citizenship.
Do you have time?
Sure.
Absolutely.
All right. Stick around. We'll be right back.
This hour is brought to you by Sunset Auto Family.
The spirit of the nation converges on Seattle.
Seattle hosting one of the biggest nights in U.S. men's soccer history.
It's just great to see America finally fall in love with the world's game.
Just stop and take in this moment.
Tonight, it's the U.S. versus Belgium to see who advances to the Final 8 in the World Cup. And Seattle was made for this.
Tillman!
Conversation and complete coverage at mynorthwest.com and KIRO Newsradio 97.3 FM.
If you're over 62 and finding it hard to keep up with the rising cost of living, this may be your solution. I'm Steve Teitler, owner of Best Mortgage. Every week I talk with seniors who love their home and want to stay, but feel financial pressure every month. Property taxes keep going up. Insurance costs more. Everyday bills add up, and for some, they still have a mortgage payment. If you're wondering how long your savings need to last, a reverse mortgage may be worth a look. It could eliminate your mortgage payment, pay off debts, and give you breathing room every month. Now, I want to make it clear it's not right for everyone, but for the right person, it can be a very smart financial tool. When you call Best Mortgage, you'll speak directly with me. I'll explain your options and tell you honestly if it makes sense for you. If you want to stay in your home with less financial stress, call me, 425-649-6000. Best Mortgage. Honest advice you can trust. 425-649-6000.
Since 1968, families across Western Washington have trusted State Roofing and Exteriors for all their home improvement needs. Hi, this is Justin Shirley, CEO of State Roofing and Exteriors. That's over 55 years of protecting homes, fixing what matters, and standing by our work. We've been here for generations. We're local, trusted, and here to stay. When you want a roof that lasts, and a company that does too, choose the team that's held to a higher standard since 1968. Call 866-ROOF-ROOF or visit stateroofing.com.
I'm Dr. Mark Shelley, a chiropractic neurologist at Sound Pain Solutions. Carrie injured her back years ago. This is her story.
My herniated disc was so significant that they did the first surgery, the laminectomy and a microdiscectomy. The first surgery failed, and I ended up with another herniated disc, which is pretty typical that herniations just move up your spine. The doctor was recommending another fusion surgery, so I researched alternative therapies. Sound Pain Solutions developed a plan that included bioelectric therapy, laser therapy, decompression, pressure wave therapy, in addition to rehab. Once we started that comprehensive approach, it went phenomenally. They honestly have given me my life back, and I'm happy to help other patients find sound pain solutions sooner.
Schedule a free consultation to learn if you qualify for our non-surgical and drug-free treatments at soundpainsolutions.com.
Everyone always asks me, what were your top reasons for choosing Advanced Hair? Well, allow me to share, along with some details, on, get this, their once-a-year summer savings event. Okay, first off, Advanced Hair stands by the results, and I'm living proof those results are second to none. With Advanced Hair, your own natural hair is guaranteed to grow. Secondly, Advanced Hair combines top-rated physicians with modern technology, creating a concierge quality experience that blew away my expectations. And lastly, Advanced Hair's Advanced FUE begins regrowing your own natural hair the very next day. It is quick, simple, and easy. Now, if you have a flexible schedule this summer and you've been waiting for that special savings opportunity, well, it's here. Advanced Hair's Summer Savings Event will get you the most hair for your dollar. It's their best offer ever. For details to schedule your free consultation, call 425-449-8185. One-day treatment, life-changing results. Your new hair is guaranteed to grow. Before and after pictures at advancedhair.com.
Running a small business means juggling a lot. Your network has to handle it all. That's where a fiber-only provider falls short. You deserve a partner who gives you a greater advantage. Introducing the Total Solutions Advantage only from Comcast Business. A first-ever combination of the largest, fastest fiber-powered network, the most reliable Wi-Fi, gig speeds with equipment and security included, and a 5-year price lock. Plus, it's all backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee. The Total Solutions Advantage only from Comcast Business. A new standard for small business with reliability, security, and savings in one. When you add it all up, no one does business like Comcast Business.
Switch today. Get started for $60 a month for 12 months when you add an advanced solution to a qualifying internet package. Limited time offer. New customers only. Requires 300 megabits per second internet, security edge, and additional qualifying service. 1-year agreement, paperless billing, and autopay with bank account required. Taxes and fees extra. Most reliable Wi-Fi based on Open Signal Awards USA Fixed Broadband Experience Report, May 2025.
Stay cool this summer and save big. Lake Washington Windows and Doors delivers the quality, comfort, and energy-saving performance you deserve. During July, buy 3 windows or doors and get 1 free. Plus, make no payments for 12 months. LakeWashingtonWindows.com. For over 50 years, Bucky's Complete Auto Repair has been the one locals trust for fast, friendly service with guaranteed repairs. With 16 family-owned locations and a Carfax preferred badge, Bucky's makes it easy with same-day service and available financing. Visit Bucky's.com.
G. Scott here. Safeway wants you to know SunBucks gives qualifying families $120 per child for summer groceries. Some families are signed up automatically. Others need to apply. Find out if you should apply at freesummermeals.org.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon. I'm Nate Connors. Seattle hosts its final World Cup match today, and controversy is brewing leading up to kickoff. KIRO News Radio's Luke Ducey has the latest.
This will be a game to remember as the U.S. takes on Belgium at 5 p.m. in the round of 16 with a chance to go to the quarterfinals. The big storyline leading up to the game, our star forward for the U.S., Folarin Balogun, will start in today's game after FIFA suspended his red card from the previous game. The White House and President Trump intervening. However, FIFA says they made their decision on their own. Fans like Jeff hope Balogun does not respond to the controversy.
Just hope he doesn't get into all the politics of it. I mean, the whole thing was beyond his control.
And now the Belgian Soccer Federation officially challenging FIFA's decision. Kickoff for one to remember coming up at 5 p.m. Luke Ducey, KIRO News Radio.
Residents and business owners will hold a rally outside Seattle Stadium before the World Cup. They claim Mayor Katie Wilson is kicking homeless and drug addicts out of the stadium district and into their neighborhood. Anita Wu lives in the CID.
We would like to have a permanent solution. The problem is ongoing. We clean up the street, and then in a couple of days, they're coming back.
Immigration advocates say ICE arrests are surging up and down I-5 in western Washington. According to the Olympian, a rapid response team confirmed a large-scale operation on June 28th in Shelton with at least 21 people detained. More arrests have been reported in Lacey and Centralia. The New York Times says ICE detained more than 10,000 people across the country in 5 days as part of a push to double arrest numbers. ICE would not comment. Pierce County deputies say a powerful homemade pipe bomb found in a garage on the 4th of July could have caused significant damage or death. KIRO News Radio's James Lynch has details.
Deputies say a neighbor first called 911 just before midnight and reported a 48-year-old man who showed up drunk with a rifle and an explosive device after firing shots off earlier in the evening. Puyallup police arrested the man at a home near 8th and West Main, and the Pierce County Bomb Squad seized the device. Here's Deputy Carly Capetto.
It was a very compact metal pipe. Inside of it was explosive material, and it had been sealed with cement.
The man faces potential state and federal charges. James Lynch, KIRO News Radio.
And now check it traffic brought to you by Seattle Sports. South 5 into Seattle still struggling. Just before Mercer, we've got a disabled semi taking up that right lane. Your bumper-to-bumper backup starts at 85th. Linwood to Seattle has gone up to a 40-minute commute, about a 25-minute delay. Highway 99 is wide open if you want to head that way. North 5, you're going to crowd up just a bit there at the West Seattle Bridge. North 5 and Federal Way is crowded between the Fife Curve and State Route 18. Still about 25 minutes from Federal Way to Seattle. And in Thurston County, North 5, we're seeing scattered backups between Lacey and Nisqually. Olympia to Tacoma at 40 minutes. On the water, the Clinton Ferry Terminal has a 90-minute wait for drivers. Download the Seattle Sports app to stay in the know with the latest news, scores, and opinions about your favorite teams. Another perfect World Cup forecast, sunny and right around 80 this afternoon, partly cloudy and 77 Tuesday, isolated showers and 72 on Wednesday. 73 and all clear in downtown Seattle. I'm Nate Connors, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
All right, welcome back to the show. Luke Ducey joins us for a second segment. We are 4.5 hours away from World Cup kicking off. Team USA taking on Belgium tonight.
So excited. I'm going down. I'm going.
Are you really?
With a group of friends. They all want to go and experience it. I'm like, heck yeah, I'm in.
Are you going to go to that soccer house thing at Pacific Place? Did you see this?
I've seen it. The place is packed.
Looks unbelievable.
4 stories of glory. That place is phenomenal. There's a drone on their website.
Should call it that. 4
right?
stories of glory.
I'm going to go down to Pier 58, 62-ish. The watch party's at 62. I'm not going to stay there. I'm not going to stay for the game. I'm going to go home and watch it. But I'm going to go down there and then march with the American Outlaws, who are the official, U.S. soccer fans.
The soccer hooligans.
Yeah, they're going to have a march at 3 p.m., from Pier 58-ish around there.
And you're going to hightail it home to watch the
hightail it
match.
And they're
there.
closing streets early, right? Because
they're closed.
Because of the march to the match?
Usually I'm down there early for the morning shows when it's an afternoon game, and I'm no problem. 8:30, I got nervous because the parking enforcement came down. I park illegally, and I do. We all do. All the media does. We're not supposed to be there.
We all do.
We all do. But then they came in. They were serious this morning. They were like, nope, tow trucks, everything. I was like,
Outta here, mister.
8:30 hit, and I was out. Just made it.
We are talking right now about this controversial decision. Everybody thinks it's controversial. I mean, it was well talked about. A lot of people talked about it.
It's a global conversation.
Sure. The red card that happened, Balogun, it's then overturned. Belgium then appeals. That appeal is denied maybe 2 hours ago.
2 hours ago.
Officially got back to him and said nah, he's going to play. This was Trump this morning talking about not demanding, just asking for a review.
All I did was ask for a review. I didn't say you have to do this. This man is a smart, tough man. Gianni Infantino. He's a smart tough
cookie,
man.
Tough cookie.
And his stock has gone through the roof because the job he's done has been great.
Phenomenal job. All right, but you were saying this is not the biggest controversy about this.
There's another controversy that just has legs. Yeah. So, and I'm surprised you guys haven't gotten it. I'm kind of nervous now about you guys, what I'm about to say and how you're going to react.
Why are you nervous?
Well,
Don't be
because
nervous.
it's politically driven. That's why. So
don't talk
Balogun, the
politics
only
on this
reason
show ever.
Balogun is able to be the star forward for the United States is because he's here because of birthright citizenship. His parents are both Nigerian. His mom was deemed too pregnant to leave when she was in New York City back when he was born to fly.
Probably in 2006 or something stupid.
Probably. And so
It's
she was
so recent.
So she was. So he was born in Brooklyn, New York.
Yeah.
And this is
Same hospital as Donald Trump. I don't know that.
So it's the irony is that the same administration who signed an executive order to ban birthright citizenship, the Supreme Court just overturned it, is now making calls to FIFA to try and reinstate the same player who shouldn't be here per White House policy.
Well, the Supreme Court ruled, so everybody's happy. That's fine. Everyone respects their decision. That's great. What's the controversy?
No, it's just the irony.
There's just the irony.
The irony. The only reason that guy's on this team is because of the 14th Amendment.
Okay.
So, yeah, that's all. That's all.
But you said there's a controversy. What's the controversy?
You took that well.
You did, yeah.
There's no controversy.
It's just the irony
what a boring segment.
The irony. It's ironic. It's a neat little fact.
Look,
it's semi-interesting.
Look, these things we keep saying controversy, but why not embrace the controversy? And here's what I mean, because this is the deal with when I was on here talking about the nuances of the game again a couple weeks ago.
Yeah,
there have been so many controversies in the World Cup that you can't even name them all. And we've talked about many of them, the hand of God and no era penal, and this is just part of the game, though. And this is why little things like the referee keeps the official time. So it keeps holds the suspense, and you can argue about that either side. These are the things that make this game so great. Because we're talking about nationalities and countries and passion at that level. Yeah. Other than the Seahawks 49ers, and that's a great rivalry. But
it's not global.
This kind of stuff is, right. Think about how many people are going to be watching this game.
Have you guys been surprised, though? I mean, if you want to get controversial and political, we can. Have you guys been surprised by everybody, kind of saying, oh, now I have to root for Belgium because of Trump interfering with
I haven't heard
decision.
that.
Oh, I've seen it.
Have you seen that? Okay, that's
asinine. No, and I've heard
ridiculous.
And I've heard don't start Balogun to make it.
I've heard that too.
No.
So stupid. Why are these people talking?
No. When Diego Maradona, when he punched the goal in the net against England, the Argentinians have a phrase and a word for that. They embrace that he used his hand to punch that goal in. They won the game. He should have been red carded, but 4 minutes later, he dribbled through the entire English squad and
one
scored a goal.
One of the most famous goals in history.
Incredible.
Yeah.
But they have a word for that because they embraced the luck was on their side, that it was their turn, that it was their. Maybe we should do the same.
Here's the cool thing about sports, and I think one of the things that kind of hurts sports about this adoption of AI, like you have the what is the automatic review in MLB? What's that called again?
Aaron Granillo.
I'm touching my head. I'm tapping my head.
Yeah, the video assist.
The video review
calls.
where the player can say,
the challenge,
the umpires are flawed individuals, which can be frustrating. It can also work to your benefit, which is
part
fantastic.
Of the game. It's
part of the game.
Know what kind of strike zone ump calls.
If you learn what the biases of the different umpires or what the referees are, whatever it might be, then you can get a competitive advantage, which is why you have people who have betting lines specifically because they know what type of referees are reffing which game.
Gamblers study referees, especially in the NFL.
Yes.
I know when I was gambling football, I look at who the referee is because
100%.
they look at different calls and this and that. Absolutely.
Yeah, and it makes the sport. It's not good when it like crosses over into bad places, like in the NBA. Sure. What was that guy? Was it Donaghy? Do you remember that guy's name?
Oh,
you remember that?
Yeah.
I knew him, by the way, when I was in the NBA as a ball boy. But that it does influence the game. And this guy who gave the red card, you saw that there was questions about his past with giving red cards and whether or not that affected the games. Did you see this?
I heard Trump say it, that he had a questionable past.
But you didn't see this last week?
I didn't see it.
Oh, you should have seen that. It's really interesting. Okay. But there was reviews about past things that he had given. And so everyone was like, wait a minute, was this guy trying to affect the outcome of the game? Should we be worried about this?
Did he make the decision for the red card, or was that the video assist referee that made
ultimately the referee's decision.
The guy on the field. That guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
The VAR will only reverse a call if the referee totally got it wrong.
Yes.
Which they won't because they're at a certain level.
Right.
But yeah, absolutely. The refereeing is part of the game.
So go ahead.
No,
go ahead.
If the USA is lucky enough to win tonight
they will.
and beat Belgium and move on,
it
will be forever asterisked. It will be tainted from a global perspective.
What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
I'm talking about the sentiment of the entire planet.
Would you say that about Portugal right now? Because Ronaldo got to play the first 2 games of the group stage?
No, I don't think so.
It's because you have a bias against Trump. Just let it go.
It's because their president didn't call the head of FIFA.
Let it go. They did the exact same thing for them. Just let it go.
Does it make you feel better? Does it make you feel better? Because it does me. And I hate to say this. I really do. I'm a believer. I'm a biggest fan there is, but I know the U.S. is not going to make it to the final of the World Cup. So even if they win this game, come on.
Get out of here.
We're out of time. No, I'm kidding.
America does hard things. What are you even talking about? I'm serious right now. You don't think they can get there?
Not with a powerhouse that are out like Spain, France.
Spain who tied Cape Verde? Is that Spain?
Well, because they had to play down to it. Yeah.
Spain who tied
Cinderella
Cape Verde.
Team. You don't know anything about them.
That's the Spain?
It's possible. I'm just saying. There's a global.
Quit with the asterisk stuff though. There's so much.
You could say the Miracle on Ice, right? The Russians played down to a team of college kids. And why didn't they wipe the ice with the college kids?
That's what I'm saying.
Was it because we like to embrace the U.S. because we were on that side, but maybe they just had to play down to a team that was so bad they didn't know what to do?
No, the team played for. Have you seen Miracle? Have you watched that movie? Have you seen Herb Brooks? That's why the team won.
Look, I'm all USA. I'm all USA.
I'm with you.
We can win this game.
I'm not a fan of the asterisk, but I'm telling you.
Well, you're introducing it as like, it's going to be tainted for the rest of time. We can't enjoy a win.
I could give you 1,000 stories from around the globe.
Who cares around the globe? Of course you're going to say that.
My friend group is mixed. We're battling it out on the text thread right now, and we got everyone has different positions.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. Do you think there's an asterisk if they win? If they end up winning?
Yes, but I embrace that because I think that's part of the game. Look.
We'll wear that.
I said this on a different show.
The call of God.
As Ted Lasso, the character Danny said in Ted Lasso, football is life, and it is. Yeah. It reflects life so much.
Yeah,
it does. There's nothing is just concrete black and white. That's what makes it beautiful. That's what makes it beautiful.
Let's save this conversation because when Team US, if they win the World Cup, and I think they have a very good chance of winning, the first thing Spike is not going to say is, "Well, it's an asterisk." That's an asterisk. They shouldn't have played Balogun. Trump shouldn't have made that call.
When your best player wasn't supposed to be on the field, I'm just saying.
I'm going down there this afternoon. Should I just wear t-shirt and should I put on like a colonial outfit? Should I put that on there?
You should put that on there. Do me a favor. Go down there and I want you to ask people. Say Spike O'Neill thinks that there's going to be a giant asterisk on it, just to get the general consensus of fans down there. Do you think that Balogun should be playing?
I think it's 50-50.
I would like you to ask people. What they think.
A little street poll. Informal street poll.
I will.
Yeah. Make a video, send it to us, and then we can have Spike react in real time.
If you do like a little jig, we can call it pole dancing with Luke Ducey.
There you go.
Yeah, I'll do anything. I'll do anything once.
Please don't pole dance. I don't want you to pole dance. All right, we got more coming up. Luke, thanks for coming in, man.
Thanks for having me.
Be safe down there. Have fun. Yeah. Good luck with the crowds. We'll have more on this throughout the show. There's a lot of stuff to talk about. We got reporters down there. We're going to have pictures, all that sort of fun stuff. All right. Let's do something completely non-soccer related for a minute. You want to do some reality TV stuff?
Yes.
All right. Let's talk about Marriage at First Sight.
Love is coming.
Or Married at First Sight, which is the TV show. We'll get back to that in just a second. Stick around.
The spirit of the nation converges on Seattle.
Seattle hosting one of the biggest nights in U.S. men's soccer history.
It's just great to see America finally fall in love with the world's game.
Just stop and take in this moment.
Tonight, it's the U.S. versus Belgium to see who advances to the Final 8 in the World Cup. And Seattle was made for this.
Tillman! It's in!
Conversation and complete coverage at mynorthwest.com and KIRO Newsradio 97.3 FM.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Summer's finally here, and we're kicking it off with a whole lot of free. Free brake pads with Duralast rotors. Free oil filter with 5 quarts of oil. Free Armor All wipes with Armor All glass cleaner, and more. More free, so you can have more summer. Celebrate free at AutoZone. Now through July 27th. Restrictions apply.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Tired of hearing scary radio ads about the IRS? Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000 or $500,000, we have a solution. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS with zero risk to you. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with a BBB. End your tax nightmare today by visiting TRA.com or call 800-583-6681. That's 800-583-6681.
What if the retirement plan you think you have isn't enough? Marshall and Ellen thought they were prepared.
We certainly thought we had all documents. We'd done the wills and the power of attorney and all that stuff.
Then they attended a seminar with elder law attorney Rajiv Nagaich at Life Point Law.
The bigger parts of how that all plays out was definitely helpful.
Life Point Law showed them what they were missing.
There were things we never thought of that made total sense once they were brought up. To have things planned so that your family isn't left with a mess or having to deal with things that they don't know anything about.
So what's their advice?
People wait too long. Get started, figure out what you want to do. Don't wait too long. Make those decisions and look at all your options.
Register for a free Life Point Law retirement planning seminar in Federal Way on July 7th, Bremerton July 9th, Everett July 11th, or Bellevue July 18th. Space is limited. Sign up at lifepointlaw.com. lifepointlaw.com.
Wow, Sarah, these window coverings are gorgeous. Did you guys do this yourself?
No way, it's all Hunter Douglas. My local expert came to our home, brought samples, and helped us see everything in our actual light, then measured perfectly and handled the installation.
If you're planning a remodel, moving into a new home, or simply ready to elevate how your space feels, Westco Blinds, your neighborhood Hunter Douglas expert, offers custom, beautifully crafted window treatments thoughtfully designed for life. Whether it's blinds, shades, shutters, or drapes, our products fit your windows perfectly. And with smart home options, you control the light and privacy with a tap or on schedule. Hunter Douglas window treatments are an investment in quality, backed by a lifetime limited warranty and ongoing support from your trusted local expert, Westco Blinds. Call now to schedule your free in-home design consultation. Call 206-285-5455, 206-285-5455, 206-285-5455.
Sometimes injuries can happen when you least expect them.
What broke my shoulder was reaching for my phone. I was trying to get the phone away from my cat.
That's how Heather tore her rotator cuff.
There was that hope. I was like, maybe this will heal on its own. And I waited a little bit, and it was not getting better.
She just couldn't take the pain anymore, so she saw Dr. Mark Wagner, MD, at Seattle Sports and Regenerative Medicine for stem cell therapy.
By the next day, my shoulder was already doing better. I have my arm back again, which was just wonderful.
Seems like she made the right choice.
I'm so glad I didn't do surgery.
So whether it's a hip like mine or a shoulder, elbow, ankle, wrist, or knee, before choosing surgery, see Dr. Mark Wagner first. He's the most experienced in the Northwest with over 20,000 stem cell procedures. Go to drmarkwagnermd.com.
I said to him at our last appointment, I was like, you better not retire because I want to know if anything else goes wrong with my body. You're there to be able to fix it because he's a miracle worker.
From the FIFA World Cup to competitive business environments, grand ambitions lead to game-changing achievements. At Bank of America, we're there to support businesses at every step, providing insights and expertise to help you gain an edge.
He shoots, he scores!
What would you like the power to do? Explore winning business solutions at BofA.com/gamechangers. Bank of America, official bank of the FIFA World Cup 2026. From the FIFA World Cup to competitive business environments, grand ambitions lead to game-changing achievements. At Bank of America, we're there to support businesses at every step, providing insights and expertise to help you gain an edge.
He shoots. He scores.
What would you like the power to do? Explore winning business solutions at BofA.com/gamechangers. Bank of America, official bank of the FIFA World Cup 2026.
Guys, your testosterone level impacts your energy, drive, weight, hair loss, and even ED. Revive Men's Health Seattle will check your T level for free. For your free T level check, exam, and consultation, call 206-529-1111 or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
Compassion, communication, results. That's Pendergast Law Personal Injury Lawyers. Go to PendergastLaw.com. That's PendergastLaw.com.
Stay cool this summer and save big. Lake Washington Windows and Doors delivers the quality, comfort, and energy-saving performance you deserve. During July, buy 3 windows or doors and get 1 free. Plus, make no payments for 12 months. LakeWashingtonWindows.com.
All right, welcome back to the show. A lot of stuff to get to at the top of the next hour. This is going to be a lot of fun. Obviously, we just had 4th of July over the weekend. Spike, you were out all week. I want to hear about your vacation,
I will love
the
that.
time you spent off, and then I also want to talk about how everybody celebrated their 4th, specifically what foods you ate, because I really like to eat food. I like to hear about people eating food. So we'll talk about that in just a little bit. You guys can text us, actually. I'd like to hear about you, too. Muckleshoot Casino Resort text line, 888-973-5476. This isn't just a one-way show. We're interested in what you guys have to say as well. So we'll read some of those. Spike, do you watch a lot of reality TV? They call it reality TV, but it seems like it's not very real. But whatever.
I pride myself in saying I don't think I've watched collectively in my life 30 minutes of reality TV.
Good for you.
Collectively.
Really?
Never. Not a Survivor fan, not a Bachelor fan.
Oh, I wouldn't.
None of it.
I wouldn't call Survivor reality TV.
Wasn't that the pioneer of reality television? People
I think
put
of that
in a
more
situation.
that's like a game show.
Fair.
It's
I never watched The Real Housewife. I've never
I would
watched
say Real Housewife is like
Jersey
a reality.
Shore, whatever it might be.
What's the one where they all live together and they start getting
Big Brother.
real?
Big Brother?
Not Big Brother. It was on MTV for years.
Real World.
Real World.
Yeah, Real World.
That kind of thing where it's like it's heightened reality. Like nobody in real life actually lives the lives
We
that they do
picked
on
11
reality
of the
TV.
biggest screw-ups we could find and locked them in one house with one bathroom.
Bunch of sexy people shoved in a house.
It's on a roll.
Eating nothing but oysters. So there's...
Welcome to Fertility Island.
That'd be a wild show.
Great show, man.
Who gets pregnant
Write
first?
that down. Race to the future.
First to get pregnant, that kid's college is paid for.
This is good.
These are just off the top of our head. People would watch.
This show
Married at First Sight
terrifies me.
Okay, this is and the reason we're talking about it is because this is apparently the new season filming is going to be in Seattle.
Yeah,
it's going to be local.
Our beautiful
here.
city.
Yeah. So they're going to do Married at First Sight, and what about this would terrify you? And basically, the way this works is they have these couples who meet up, and then as the title suggests, you're marrying these people.
Married.
The first time you see them.
First time you meet them. First time. Brought to you by Willis & Son Divorce Attorneys. This should be called a Recipe for Disaster. Make it a cooking show by people who got married the first time they met.
Have you watched this, Laura? Have you watched Married at First Sight? Is this a show that you watched?
Yes, I've watched older episodes for sure.
Do we have the premise correct? They're marrying immediately, and then we watch the fallout.
You walk down the aisle and see the person for the first time.
Isn't this
and
the kind
looks
of
on
stuff?
some faces?
Okay, so who's choosing the couples? Is it family who's choosing your betrothed, or is it like
the show's sex and relationship experts?
Oh, I wouldn't trust that.
So it's totally produced for drama.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they're trying to find couples who maybe are like a slight mismatch, so that they're gonna find.
I'm convinced that every season of this, they have 1 or 2 couples that they actually think will work to keep you going for like the. Oh, we're rooting for them. We love them. And everybody else is there as a joke.
It's like the normal people that they cast in the Bachelor universe. They'll cast a few people that you can actually root for, but everybody else is just psychos.
Exactly. Otherwise, it would be bad TV.
Yeah.
But you have to have... This is the thing that I think would be funny is getting cast on one of those shows and realizing that you're not... Everyone thinks that they're that couple. But I think there's only one true love couple that they cast on any of these seasons. That's my conspiracy theory.
Would you...
That's why I'm so against this. It's not a relationship expert who says these people are paired well together. They have mutual interests and beliefs and priorities, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. No, this is Mr. Oil. This is Mr. Water. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, it sounds like it's a show producer who's trying to create the best TV show, not necessarily
not
the best marriage.
Marriages, right? Not the best relationships. Yeah.
Would you, do you think that in a perfect world scenario, if you had met your wife on day one, could you guys have gotten married on day one and then everything would have worked out? Or do you think it would have... How long did you guys date? You guys were pretty quick to get married, actually.
We were about a little under 2 years.
Okay.
From meeting to marriage.
Okay.
Yeah.
But did you know pretty quick with your wife?
No.
Oh, okay.
I was smitten.
Yeah.
But to be honest, I'm not a fair barometer because I moved here to not get in a relationship.
Sure.
I started dating my wife, and when it started getting too serious, I'm like, look,
whoa.
I broke up with her. I dumped her.
Yeah.
And the night I dumped her, that's the night she set the hook.
And then you said,
I moved in a week. I moved in a week later.
Yeah.
And you know,
it's an interesting premise for a TV show.
It and it's going to be great television. And I'm glad the city got cleaned up for World Cup. So now we're ready for a TV show.
Yeah. When did they film though? I'd be interested in when they actually filmed. So if it was like a year ago.
Pre-World Cup.
It had to be a year ago.
Oh, dang it!
All right. We got a lot more coming up. We got 4th of July talk. We'll be right back.
The spirit of the nation converges on Seattle.
Seattle hosting one of the biggest nights in U.S. men's soccer history.
It's just great to see America finally fall in love with the world's game.
Just stop and take in this moment.
Tonight, it's the U.S. versus Belgium to see who advances to the Final 8 in the World Cup. And Seattle was made for this.
Tillman!
Conversation and complete coverage at mynorthwest.com and KIRO Newsradio 97.3 FM.
Someone had a birthday.
Yep, 50. Can't believe it.
50 years of wisdom.
Great segue. We have a health reminder from the CDC.
Pneumococcal vaccination is recommended for adults 50 or older. Says here, we're over 6 times more likely to be hospitalized with pneumococcal pneumonia than adults under 50.
I don't love those odds.
Same. Look what I found. Pfizer's Prevnar 20 is proven to help protect adults against pneumococcal pneumonia and invasive pneumococcal disease in just 1 dose. And millions have already gotten it.
Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you have a severe allergy to its ingredients. A weakened immune system may lower your response. Common side effects include injection site pain and swelling, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138. Visit Prevnar20.com or talk to your doctor or pharmacist.
I'm on Prevnar20.com now, scheduling my appointment.
Good idea. And happy 50th.
Nick, you know what my dad always used to say?
Oh, which thing? Let me guess. If you put anything on a hot dog besides mustard, it's un-American?
Okay, that's true. Okay, but no, about the word worry. Remember he used to say about the word worry?
Yes, that it's not a verb, but it actually is.
I know it's a verb, but Nick, his point was nothing comes from worrying. You can sit here and worry about all the news and all about the chaos in the world. You worry about your health, but nothing comes of it. You have to take action.
Right.
Like, for instance, you and I, we go into Longevity Medical Clinic. That's an action. It's about taking that action. Like, people can go to Longevity Medical Clinic to get the free health analysis, and then they can find out how they're aging and the things they can do in order to slow down the process to have a big, full, rich life so you can enjoy a hot dog with whatever you want on it.
And now worry is a verb.
See, there you go. So it all starts for you taking action. I was a patient at Longevity long before I started doing these commercials. So get your free health analysis. Go to lmclinic.com. That's lmclinic.com.
Hey, when was the last time you inspected your crawl space or your attic? What's the last time you went in there just to see what kind of shape they're in? Oh, never? Yeah, same. I don't want to go in there. Most homeowners completely avoid those areas, but it is important to check on them regularly. It's why you call Crawl Pros. They'll come out and go where you don't want to. Hey, it's Mike Salk here. And yes, when Crawl Pros came out to my place, they realized we had a little problem with our insulation. So they've set about fixing it, and they did a great job. But if you've got the same problem, they'll also look to see what kind of energy rebates are available. Right now, local utility companies are incentivizing homeowners to make their home more energy efficient with proper insulation. And some homes qualify for several $1,000s in savings with these utility rebate programs. So don't just assume your crawl space and attic are in great condition. Do what I did. Call Crawl Pros today and schedule a free corner-to-corner inspection and find out if you've got water intrusion, mold, rodent issues, or even damaged insulation. Schedule your crawl space and attic inspection at crawlpros.com.
Point.
Hey, you okay? You don't normally miss those shots.
I just haven't been as regular lately, and it's making me feel sluggish.
You should try Metamucil. It's been a game changer for me. Metamucil's plant-based psyllium fiber helps trap and remove the waste that weighs you down. Ace, you're moving better than you were last week.
Definitely.
Metamucil keeps you moving. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Learn more at metamucil.com.
And the match is about to begin.
Most of the team is out with COVID-19, so there'll be some substitutes tonight.
What's this? We have an unexpected guest on the field.
It's a dog. Well, they could do with extra players.
She's going for the ball.
Are front paws hands or feet?
Soccer season is full of surprises, and COVID-19 could be one of them. If you test positive, prescription medications may help. Ask your doctor if they're right for you. Learn more at PfizerForAll.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Protect your family, your phone, and your furry friends with Life, electronic device, and pet health insurance.
KIRO FM and HD1 Tacoma, Seattle.
ABC News, I'm Chuck Sievertson. An oil glut replacing oil shortages could lower gasoline prices. The U.S. has been removing mines from the southern route of the Strait of Hormuz, with more tankers passing through, says ABC News contributor, former State Department official Steve Gagnier.
We could get down into the 60s on a barrel of oil because of this glut. So the Iranian ability to influence this negotiation is going to decrease. We'll see if that makes a difference at the negotiation table.
President Trump heads to a NATO summit in Turkey later today, where Ukraine President Zelensky is expected to ask alliance members for more interceptor missiles. FIFA's judicial bodies are independent. They operate autonomously, says the head of soccer's governing body in a statement, essentially denying he had any influence over the decision to reverse a red card suspension so the top U.S. scorer can play in tonight's game against Belgium. Many flood watches are in the east. This is ABC News. A preliminary hearing is underway in the Charlie Kirk murder case. Tyler Robinson charged in the fatal shooting of the conservative activist at the courthouse in Provo, Utah. ABC's Alex Stone.
There will be testimony. There will be evidence. It could go for a week. It may not go that long. That prosecutors show they have enough evidence to take this to trial. But it is a low bar. They only have to show probable cause, not proof beyond a reasonable doubt. So they have to show the judge that they've got enough to show that it could have been Tyler Robinson. And then the judge will decide if they do, in fact, head to trial.
Europe is bracing for another 100-degree-plus heat wave this week. The threat of wildfires causing concern, says ABC's Tom Soufi-Burridge in Paris.
Fire crews are battling multiple wildfires right now in southern France, in one of the worst, which officials say is not yet under control. That's to the west of the city of Perpignan. More than 11,000 acres have been burnt and 26 communities have been evacuated in that area.
Chuck Sievertson, ABC News.
G. Scott gives us a rundown on tonight's final World Cup match in Seattle. First, though, a check on your commute brought to you by Seattle Sports. Heading into Seattle, South 5, just before Mercer, our disabled semi, which has been there for a couple hours now, is now taking up 2 right lanes. You're backed up bumper to Lake City Way. Linwood to Seattle, a 40-minute commute, about a 25-minute delay. North 5 are heavy now from the Michigan Curve up to I-90, about 25 minutes from Federal Way into downtown. In Thurston County, North 5, scattered backups between Lacey up to into Nisqually, and then more slowing through South Tacoma. Olympia to Tacoma has gone up to a 50-minute commute. And on the water, we've got some delays. Clinton Ferry Terminal, a 90-minute wait for drivers, and the Kingston Terminal has a 1-hour wait for drivers. Search Seattle Sports on YouTube and click subscribe to get fresh video content daily.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
And good afternoon. I'm Nate Connors. KIRO Radio's G. Scott will be in the stadium for tonight's World Cup match, serving as the in-game MC. He's been there for every match in Seattle and says this one hits differently.
This is it, right? This is the last time that this will happen. The World Cup, the Men's World Cup, actually cannot potentially ever come to the United States again for another 10-plus years.
This will be Seattle's 6th and final match of the tournament. A USA win would send the team to the quarterfinals for just the 3rd time in World Cup history. One of Puget Sound region's biggest real estate deals of the year just closed on Mercer Island. The Seattle Times reports a waterfront property sold for $28 million to entities linked to Texas oil billionaire Rodney Lewis, founder of Lewis Energy Group. The purchase includes 2 homes on nearly 56,000 square feet of Lake Washington shoreline, including a 6-bedroom residence with more than 100 feet of waterfront. Complete and total domination for Mariners pitchers over the weekend against the Toronto Blue Jays. 24 straight innings of shutout baseball between Luis Castillo, Logan Gilbert, and Emerson Hancock throughout the 3-game series.
Hancock set. He deals. Swung on, hard ground ball up the middle. Right there, Cole Young behind the bag at second. Flips it to first to get the out. And Emerson Hancock has done it. 7 scoreless innings against the Toronto Blue Jays on just 2 hits. Dynamite all day for the Mariners. A standing ovation from Mariner fans behind the first base dugout. They are going wild for Emerson Hancock. A gorgeous outing on a gorgeous day here in Seattle.
M's take 2 of 3 from the Jays, a leap back ahead in the American League West. Seattle now sits atop the division by a game and a half. The team gets the day off today before heading on the road to take on the Miami Marlins this week. And now your KIRO Newsradio weather, 80 and sunny this afternoon. 77, mostly sunny tomorrow. Isolated showers move in Wednesday with a high at 72. And then partly cloudy Thursday through the weekend with highs hovering in the mid-70s. Sunny and 74 in downtown Seattle. I'm Nate Connors, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with a KIRO Newsradio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO Newsradio, Northwest News.
And now, it's time for the Jake and Spike Show on KIRO News Radio. With your hosts, Jake Skorheim and Spike O'Neill.
Welcome back to the show. 1 hour down, 2 hours to go. A lot of stuff to get to. Next hour, we're going to do a lot more stuff on the World Cup, and we'll talk about the big game tonight against Belgium in Seattle. Everybody seems excited about it. But right now, we want to focus a little bit. We want to look to the past. We want to look to just over the weekend when all of us were celebrating 4th of July. Super fun time. Spike, you were gone, so we haven't had a chance to talk. But I was interested in how your week off went and also how you celebrated this beautiful country of ours.
This was the perfect vacation for me because we didn't travel. We didn't go anywhere. We didn't plan and do anything. We laid low, rested, recovered, got to a bunch of things we've been putting off, the missus and I.
Sure.
Because we're busy these days. Everybody is. Yeah. You never have time to get to what you want to get to. So, we had a couple different things happen. Of course, I had dinner with the kids on Wednesday, a belated Father's Day. That's how busy we all are. Both my kids worked on Father's Day.
Nice.
So they took me out to dinner last Wednesday, and I had a wonderful night.
Fantastic.
And we sat at the table, and they put my son-in-law and I on the side of the table, facing the TVs for the U.S. Boston
God
game.
bless your family.
Right, exactly.
That's fine.
And they knew we're just when my son-in-law John and I look at each other, when the red card was happening.
Yeah,
they just talked amongst themselves, gave us the space.
Sure.
To be guys at dinner.
That's great.
It was wonderful.
That's so fun.
I went to the consummate 4th of July party that a friend in the South End threw. He does it annually. It was catered, so when you talk about food, I really can't begin to tell you.
Barbecue?
Every type of animal that crawls the earth, I think, was prepared for us to take part on.
What did you tell me?
Pulled
Make
pork,
my mouth water.
Pulled pork, brisket, beef ribs, turkey, chicken. I had it all. I had a little bit of everything. 5 sides, beans, potatoes, boom, corn salad, you name it. We had it all. Pickled this.
There was a lot of pickled stuff in the sides this year.
Wasn't it great?
It must be a new trend.
It was magic.
I had like a fried pickled salad.
Oh, that sounds great. Did you bring any with it?
I did not bring any, but I had a ton of it.
He told me to take home. He said, please take a plate. Well, this place was packed. He had a big crowd, family and friends, coworkers. That's exactly what you want to do.
Sure.
And the theme was, Star Spangled Glory. Everybody had their iteration of stripes, stars, bars, blues, reds, whites, glasses shaped like stars, hats.
100%.
It was
cowboy hat.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Our host wore a top hat, or an Uncle Sam top hat.
Love it.
And red, white, and blue suspenders with no shirt. Had some chafing halfway through the day. Had to put a T-shirt on. That's what you do.
You can tape up, actually.
He didn't know.
You can tape the nipples.
I told him. He didn't know. But it could not have gone better.
Did you guys light fireworks?
We left before because we took our pet.
Yeah.
Because, you don't want to leave your...
Oh, yeah, the dogs. I forgot you have a dog.
We have a pup.
They get a little skittish.
And I got to say, the fireworks started the second, not even the third. I think this was the biggest year ever for, home fireworks shows.
Mm-hmm.
And I attribute that to the 250th.
Yeah, the 250th.
It was a special day.
People
wanted
to celebrate.
special day. So we left. We knew that this guy lives in one of those houses that are like adjacent to a golf course.
Mm-hmm.
One of those properties. Had like his waterfront rolled down to the water hazard.
A real
one of the
muckety
holes.
muck.
Yeah, it was nice.
Yeah.
But he's a working man. I poured that slab. I saw him at the sport court we had a party on.
Sure.
Poured that slab himself. That guy's a real working guy. Great. Grant, thank you so much for the invite. We loved it. Had a great time. So we left before dark, took the pup home. And I had the pup home with me, and we...
Do you drug your dog at night?
No.
Some people do that.
A lot of folks do. A lot of folks. It's funny because we stopped at a pet store on the way to my friend's house. My wife and I realized that we had committed the consummate pet owner faux pas. Left the house without poop bags.
What do you do in that situation?
You stop and buy them. You can't show up at a party.
You can't just let your dog poop somewhere?
No. I mean, you can't
got to pick it up?
You got to pick it up. This guy's lawn.
If it's at your friend's house,
I got a putty.
yeah.
Right.
But if it's like in the bushes at a park, would you pick that up?
We try to. We try to police the area. We try to be good pet owners. Well, that being said, we stopped at a pet store we found open on the way down. And there were so many people. Everybody in the store was asking about
poop bags,
sedatives for their pets.
Oh, sedatives.
Everybody in there was asking about sedation for their pets because a lot of pets don't deal with the bang, bang, bang.
They hate
have
it.
a hard time.
A lot of them hate it.
My wife is a big fan of Marvel. The Marvel series,
sure,
and Star Wars. Mm-hmm. So my pup's pretty conditioned to laser blasts.
So they're used to it.
Photon cannons. Yeah, they're primed. So we put on episode 4 and cranked it up.
There you go.
During the finale,
it's like a white noise.
Exactly.
The dog's not even thinking.
Just another Saturday at my house.
Fantastic.
Yeah, and it could not have gone better.
That's a blast.
And I took home enough food to eat for 2 more days, which was heaven sent.
I've been eating barbecue for the last couple of days. It's been phenomenal.
Tell me about your boys are the perfect age.
They went nuts. They've been saving up money so they could buy their own fireworks, so they can choose what they wanted to buy. Now fireworks are like really expensive.
They've been hit with inflation as everything.
One thing that my son bought was like $30. I'm like, are you sure? Like that's because he's working at Grandpa's right now. He's like,
no kidding,
doing hourly work, clearing
that's
garage,
a 2-year-old,
all this
right?
stuff. That's my 2-year-old, and no, that's my 11-year-old.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's 3 hours worth of work that you're doing.
What a great life lessons, though. That's a life lesson.
Yeah, but
it
you know
really
what?
Is,
he was so proud because he had this big thing. It was like this giant Gatling gun of rockets that fired off 198 shots. You plant it in the ground, you light it, and you run the hell away.
Sure, safe distance.
Yeah, and he was like so excited, and he got to have the big finale on our little firework family night.
Was his a heat that
he got to provide it?
That's great.
And so he had that that was just like he was so charged up about that. And everybody was like, "Nice job!" Yeah.
Oh, what a moment.
Yeah, it was really cool. But
did you cook?
So this actually ended up working out great. So we went over to my friend's house who lives in the story is not complimentary to the neighbor, so I'm not going to say where it's at, but it was in out
okay.
How can I say this in case the neighbor's listening?
Okay.
It was out in unincorporated King County.
Okay.
Far out.
Okay.
And they live there and it's beautiful and there's a bunch of development happening. But anyway, they've lived there about like 5-6 years now.
Gotcha.
So we went over there. We did early barbecue because they have a very small child and we have a very small child. So the idea was let's get home before the fireworks go crazy, get our kids all to sleep. Not our kids, the little babies to sleep. And then they can sleep through it, turn the sound machines way up, and then everybody else
that's great.
If you can wipe your own butt, you're able to stay up and watch this.
That's the same barometer we used.
Yeah, there you go.
Had to put Grandpa away.
And the dog.
Yeah.
Dog can't wipe their butt, put the dog away. So we went over there, and so we, like a barbecue lunch. So he barbecues, and it's great, and we all stuff ourselves silly. And then we take, all the kids have, we have fireworks there as well.
Sure.
So we go out middle of the day, and we find this, like, country road. It's a country road.
Yeah.
County road, and we're lighting off, like, little things.
Sure.
Piccolo Pete's.
Gotcha.
Noisemakers, but they're not bombs. They're not things going crazy.
Right. Rockets at all?
Ground blooms. No rockets.
Right. Ground stuff's great.
Ground blooms. We had, I think, 3 parachutes.
Sure.
So it shot up
Pop
and
up and they float down like.
Yeah, but it was not like a mortar shell. It was not crazy. Sparklers, smoke bombs, things on the grounds that the kids could light themselves.
Beautiful.
So we're doing that, and this lady comes at us in her. I'm trying to not give too much detail because it was not a nice interaction. older lady, probably in her 70s, maybe 80s.
Okay.
She looked
Wow.
very old. She pulls up to us, and it's me and my buddy, and our two wives are both pushing strollers with the babies, and they have decided that this is just, the babies are not enjoying this, and it's diminishing returns. And it was hot, so they were like, let's go back to the house. So they already left. So it was just me and my buddy. He has an older son who's like 9 or 10. I think he's 10. And then I have my three of my sons. So there's 4 little boys just having the time of their life.
Right.
It's 4th of July.
Making memories.
America 250. Making memories. Couldn't have been cuter. And this lady drives up in her like big black SUV. And she rolls down her window and she goes, that's my property. And that's my property. She owned both sides of the road, which is fine.
Sure.
She doesn't own the road. She's like, that's my property and that's my property. She goes, we don't want fireworks. And I was like, we're kind of like taken aback because we've had other people drive through as we're doing it. And we would always like, it's like when you're playing. Exactly.
Yeah.
So we're like kids back out of the road. And then everybody walks by and they love seeing little kids celebrate America. They love it.
Absolutely.
And they all wave and they go, hi. Even people who doesn't look like maybe they were born here, they're now adopting the way of life here and they're like immigrated to the country. And they're saying like, oh, this is great. And they're smiling and they're waving. This is the unanimous response, smiling away.
Should be on the 4th of July.
Yes.
Yeah.
At 2:00 in the afternoon, just like
seriously.
So this lady drives up to us. She rolls down her window. She says, "That's my property. That's my property. We don't want fireworks." And the kids are like, the kids don't say anything because they're being respectful, and that's good. But I'm an adult, and it's funny because when you're a kid, if she had come up to just kids, you would have assumed as a kid that you were in the wrong. Now, but I knew that she was not in the right because I'm an adult. And so I said, well, ma'am, I respected that's your property. We're not on your property for sure. And this is your property. And I acknowledge that, but we're not on your property. We're on this county road. We're doing sparklers here. Not a big deal.
Yeah.
And she goes, we don't care. We don't want it. And I was like, well, respectfully. And I was trying to be very nice.
Sure, because the boys watching you.
The boys are watching
they're
me.
taking cues.
They're always picking up stuff.
Yeah.
Like you can't, I wish they wouldn't all the time, but they are.
Right.
And so I said, respectfully, we're almost done. We have a couple of smoke bombs, but we promise we're going to pick up all of our stuff and then we're going to get out of here. And so she's not happy about that. She goes, I don't want you guys to do this. I say, well, you're free to, if you feel like you need to take it up to the next level, you're welcome to do that. But, we are allowed on this road. Now, to be honest, I don't know if it was banned in King County, so I don't even know if I was in the right.
Okay.
But it was a county road. She certainly didn't own the road.
There are designations for what you are lighting.
Yeah.
That meet thresholds of illegality. Ground clutter, for the most part. Ground displays are not covered under those bans.
So was I in the right?
Yes.
Okay. So she then drives off. Her driveway was like maybe 400 feet down the road.
Mm-hmm.
So she comes back flying down the road, probably 55 miles an hour at us. Big giant SUV. And she's got like an impaired driver thing, and so she gets handicap parking.
Right.
So I don't know if she's a competent driver. I don't know what the deal is, but she's flying at 55 miles an hour, and my kids are in the road. This is 4th of July. This is America, 250. And me and my buddy are just like, whoa, this is crazy. We kind of know, we're already, our spidey sense is already alerted.
She's
because
on your radar.
Yes.
Yeah.
So she flies, so all she did was like come out of her driveway. She says these nasty things, and then she drives down the way, does a U-turn, comes back flying at us, almost like a bull charging to try to maybe give us a little signal. And so I put my arms down. Now I know this is going to annoy her. And so this is why I do it. I make a real big show of I back the kids up and I tell her to slow down. I make the hand arguments. I'm like, slow down, miss. And at this point, we have enough, we understand as adults, there are certain ways that you can deal with people where you're trying to de-escalate the situation. So I shifted into that mode because now I'm worried, she might be a crazy lady.
Yeah.
She might be. Anybody who comes on a tiny little road where you should be 25 miles an hour, she's going 55 at these kids.
All her anger was translated directly to her accelerator foot.
She was so angry. It was crazy.
Right there in her foot.
And again, the kids are kids are scared.
This is their memory now.
So she rolls down the window and I say, ma'am, I understand you don't want us here. Again, we're almost done. I'm trying to be overly calm here. We're almost done. But when you fly at us like that, you're scaring me and my kids. And she goes, oh, I wasn't going to hit the kids. I was just trying to send you a message. And I said,
that's your unstable message received.
I was like, listen, these are little kids lighting fireworks. And now I'm starting to get not super nice.
Yeah, sure.
And I said,
understandable.
Yeah, understandable. And I said, and we're in a talking business. So it's and you and I disagree on a lot of things all the time. So we're not afraid to have confrontation with each other. And we could hash these things out. So she's coming at me, and I'm like, listen, lady, like the truth is that this is not your road. You don't own the road. So for you to fly down the road like that, you're breaking the law right now. Like, would it be good if I called the cops on you? And I'm trying to shift the tables on her a little bit. And again, none of that's actually going to happen. I'm not going to call the cops on her.
Yeah.
She starts swearing at me. She starts throwing the F word around. She goes, you shut the bleep up. You shut the bleep up. She's starting to lose it. And I'm like, lady, there's kids behind me. I was like, are you really doing this right now? This is a 4th of July? These 4 little sweet boys who are the future of the country someday, they're trying to light firecrackers. They're trying to light sparklers. And you hate America that much that you don't want her to do this? I have no idea. She might have loved America. I don't know. And she ends up looking, she has a moment of realization where she's like, she sees herself well, she sees the kids kind of like, wide-eyed. Like, what is this psycho lady doing?
Yeah.
And she goes, I didn't mean that at you kids, but you can shut the... And she says to me, and then she hits the gas and she flies out of there. It was just one of those surreal experiences.
I'm so sorry, man.
No, it's fine. Who cares?
I know, your boys deserve better than that.
No, but it was a good learning lesson for the kids.
Yeah.
My friend and I both, we were just like, listen, there's some people who are unreasonable, and you guys are going to have to deal with this in life. You're going to get, And again, this old lady, she's very, very old. Who knows how many years she has left with us? I don't know. Maybe she doesn't like loud noises because it hurts her hearing aids. I have no idea.
Maybe she lost her thumb in a horrible accident. Could you see her hands clearly?
You know what? I didn't. Maybe that's why she had the tag.
Maybe.
I don't know. And maybe she had a horrible accident with a firecracker sometime in her previous earlier life, and she just hates it. Or maybe she has no children. It's just to hear children happy drives her wild. Yeah. I have no idea what she was doing. Yeah. But she decided to take it out on us, and it was just one of those experiences where we were like, it was so surreal, because I just cannot imagine approaching children with sparklers.
Well, you got a conscience and common sense and some decorum, a little bit of self-control. Well, I'm with you. That alone.
And
that's
the
a deal
speeding
breaker.
of the car.
That's what terrifies me.
Yeah,
that's what terrifies me.
Too much.
This is the kind of person who rolls through the front of a Taco Bell one day because she mixed up brake and accelerator.
There you go.
You know,
100%. And
because she's thinking with her foot.
And I was thinking at the time, I'm like, should this lady be driving? Is this safe for this lady to be driving? It doesn't seem like it is. But who knows?
Did you guys finish up the
Yeah, we finished lighting all the fireworks. Of course.
Oh, boy.
Of course.
Yeah.
And my son, God bless him, he goes, we should sing the Star Spangled Banner.
Oh, right at her.
And so as she's driving off, we light another one, and then we start singing the Star Spangled Banner. We did.
Oh, that's great.
It was a beautiful moment, and everybody was happy to celebrate America 250.
We call that making chicken salad.
We did.
Out of, you know what?
We made chicken salad out of not salad.
Karen.
Yeah. It was such a Karen. But you know what? There's people like that out there. You got to deal with them.
That's it. But that's what makes this country great.
That's what makes this country great.
It's my ability to deal with people like you.
We could have people like that and still be the greatest country
on the
history of the face of the earth.
I bet she's rooting for Belgium tonight.
She probably is. She probably is.
I'm just saying. I couldn't imagine.
I don't know that she is.
I couldn't imagine how anybody could be rooting for Belgium tonight, but that sounds like a Belgium fan.
She is a Belgium fan for sure.
Oy.
Yeah.
Oy, oy, oy.
But other than that, great.
Great day.
Great 4th of July. Yeah. A lot of barbecue, a lot of ribs.
We should speak
super
to the
fun.
I haven't heard of any. I'm going to speak. I hope not uneducatedly right now. Was this 83 injuries from fireworks over the weekend? I had Nate in his latest update gave us from Harborview's latest totals.
Yeah, did you see a story about those kids?
The three kids critically injured. Yeah,
they found some sort of an explosive. They didn't even know where it was from, what it was, and they tried to light it, and it ended up like blowing out windows. And they all were taken in critical condition to the hospital.
Yeah,
that's so scary.
It's horrible. And record home fires for this season. Record fireworks related injuries.
Did you have any close calls? I mean, like any craziness?
Again, we were home before dark.
Yeah.
But
people
I saw a Death Star
nuts.
explode. That was about the top of our. But they were going till 2 a.m.
Yep.
Like we're lucky enough to live next to a nice park, private park, community park. Community club.
Yeah.
If you will. And they've got a tennis court, and there's a real big field. It's the perfect place to have safe celebrations. But they were shaka boom 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 till 2 a.m. in my neighborhood. They were going for it. They started early. They started, like I said, Friday. They went through all day. I mean, I'm thinking, that's better in the dark. I'm not. Who am I to judge? But that thing you're looking at, when you're squinting to look up and see the smoke, is all you're getting to see.
100%. It was ridiculous because by the end of the night, like we had the same thing. Like we're up in Snohomish County where people light crazy things.
I get the pride. I get the love. I get the pride.
They love it.
Yeah.
But I was basically by 2 a.m. I had turned into that crazy old lady. I'm like, you guys, we don't want this around here.
Did you have to yell? at the crowd? Because
No.
I contemplated when the house shook at 1 a.m.
Yeah.
I'm like, guys, and I didn't go outside, but I'm thinking, guys, come on.
As my house was shaking, I'm laying there in bed. The house is shaking. Same thing. I'm thinking, you know what? I feel very confident that this country's never going to be invaded.
You slept
because these people that I live around.
Yeah.
There's not going to be a Red Dawn situation in my neck of the woods.
No,
because they are well armed with munition.
I forget who the quote came from, but it was pre our entry, I think, into World War II or in the early stage of World War II. Someone of note, someone of political standing said, America will never be invaded because they know there's a gun behind every bush in America.
There you go.
Yeah. Or at least a bottle rocket.
We'll take it.
168 shot mortar that my oldest bought. It's fantastic.
Or a sparkler. Or a small kid's sparkler.
Right.
That people are so afraid
we'll
of.
save them all.
There you go. All right, we got a lot more coming up. Should we do some more World Cup stuff when we come back?
Yeah, we can talk about it. Yeah, we'd love to talk about the game itself.
We should check in. We got reporters down there.
Yeah.
We should get a reporter to check in with and see what the crowds are looking like.
Jillian's down. Yeah, Jillian's working downtown.
Let's do it. Let's reach out and get one of them on. All right, we got a lot more coming up. Stick around.
This hour is brought to you by Insulation Northwest.
The spirit of the nation converges on Seattle.
Seattle hosting one of the biggest nights in U.S. men's soccer history.
It's just great to see America finally fall in love with the world's game.
Just stop and take in this moment.
Tonight, it's the U.S. versus Belgium to see who advances to the Final 8 in the World Cup. And Seattle was made for this.
Tillman!
Conversation and complete coverage at mynorthwest.com and KIRO Newsradio 97.3 FM.
Your old water heater's starting to peter. DayandNight.net. Day and Night has $150 off installation of any new water heater, including tankless, backed by a free lifetime warranty.
Hi, I'm Bruce. When your old water heater leaks or fails, the damage could be catastrophic. Whether you need an emergency replacement or you're planning ahead before it leaks, give us a call and we'll help you get into hot water again.
Get $150 off installation of any new water heater.
DayandNight.net. I was walking my dog, I fell and ended up with 3 tears in my meniscus. I was sent to a surgeon and they said the only way to get this fixed is to have surgery. That just wasn't an option. I didn't want to jump into surgery without trying anything else.
I'm Dr. Mark Shelley, a chiropractic neurologist at Sound Pain Solutions. We offer Jamie an alternative to the downtime and potential risks associated with invasive knee surgery. At Sound Pain Solutions, we help patients like Jamie avoid the side effects of painkillers, cortisone injections, and pain following surgery. Our comprehensive approach includes treatments like pressure wave, PRP, and advanced laser. These treatments reduce pain and restore mobility naturally. Now Jamie is able to do everything she enjoys without pain.
I'm grateful for being able to wake up every day and not be in pain. To be able to go about my day has been amazing.
Schedule a free consultation to learn if you qualify for our non-surgical and drug-free joint treatments at soundpainsolutions.com.
Hey, when was the last time you inspected your crawl space or your attic? What's the last time you went in there just to see what kind of shape they're in? Oh, never? Yeah, same. I don't want to go in there. Most homeowners completely avoid those areas, but it is important to check on them regularly. It's why you call Crawl Pros. They'll come out and go where you don't want to. Hey, it's Mike Salk here. And yes, when Crawl Pros came out to my place, they realized we had a little problem with our insulation. So they've set about fixing it and they did a great job. But if you've got the same problem, they'll also look to see what kind of energy rebates are available. Right now, local utility companies are incentivizing homeowners to make their home more energy efficient with proper insulation. And some homes qualify for several $1,000s in savings with these utility rebate programs. So don't just assume your crawl space and attic are in great condition. Do what I did. Call Crawl Pros today and schedule a free corner-to-corner inspection and find out if you've got water intrusion, mold, rodent issues, or even damaged insulation. Schedule your crawl space and attic inspection at crawlpros.com.
I like it hot.
Beg your pardon?
Can you make it hot for me, Dan?
I think so.
Half heated ain't hot enough.
No.
That's why I called you.
Apollo Plumbing.
Yeah. My sorry old water heater.
Oh.
Ain't getting me the hots anymore.
You want hot water.
That's what I said.
That's what we do at Apollo Plumbing.
And you're ready?
Right now.
When can you?
How about today?
Same day?
We'll have you in hot water tonight.
Clever. How about an upgrade?
A tankless water heater would mean endless hot water.
Now you're cooking.
That's just for starters.
Starters?
How about we make it a worry-free water heater?
Worry-free?
Wrenchie's worry-free warranty.
Which covers?
Repair, service, all included.
And when it wears out?
Apollo replaces it.
No extra charge?
Nothing.
Nil?
Nada. As an Apollo A-list member, you're covered.
And payments?
To fit your budget with approved credit, of course.
And I'm hot again.
Worry-free.
That's for me.
We're on our way.
Thanks for making it hot.
We're ApolloPlumbing.com.
Wow, Sarah, these window coverings are gorgeous. Did you guys do this yourself?
No way, it's all Hunter Douglas. My local expert came to our home, brought samples, and helped us see everything in our actual light, then measured perfectly and handled the installation.
If you're planning a remodel, moving into a new home, or simply ready to elevate how your space feels, Westco Blinds, your neighborhood Hunter Douglas expert, offers custom, beautifully crafted window treatments thoughtfully designed for life. Whether it's blinds, shades, shutters, or drapes, our products fit your windows perfectly. And with smart home options, you control the light and privacy with a tap or on schedule. Hunter Douglas window treatments are an investment in quality, backed by a lifetime limited warranty and ongoing support from your trusted local expert, Westco Blinds. Call now to schedule your free in-home design consultation. Call 206-285-5455, 206-285-5455, 206-285-5455.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it today at carsforkids.org. Your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call 1-877-CARS4KIDS to donate your car today. That's Cars with a K.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon. I'm Aaron Granillo. So many storylines for Seattle's sixth and final World Cup match. KIRO Radio's G. Scott will be there tonight, serving as the in-game MC.
Take it all in to just realize, wow, this is the last match. And the last match just so happens to be the United States coming in to play against Belgium.
And the U.S. will be playing at full strength after FIFA overturned that red card for the team's top goal scorer. ABC's Stephen Portnoy reports President Trump called it a brilliant decision.
President Trump said he'd never even heard of a red card.
They say you can't play. That's very unfair.
Trump says he called the head of FIFA, Gianni Infantino, and asked him to review the decision to disqualify American striker Folarin Balogun.
All I did was ask for a review. I didn't say you have to do this.
He shrugs off the protests from Belgium, saying if the Belgians beat the Americans at full strength, they can be really proud.
The other way, if they beat us, we'll say I say it was rigged.
Stephen Portnoy, ABC News, Washington.
Trip to the World Cup quarterfinals is on the line. The U.S. enters the match as a slight favorite over Belgium. Kickoff at Seattle Stadium is set for 5 o'clock. At the closing bell today, wins on Wall Street. The Dow up 156, NASDAQ gained 288, S&P 500 also up 54 points. Microsoft announces more layoffs today and a reorganization plan for its Xbox gaming division. ABC's Brian Clark has more.
Microsoft is cutting 4,800 jobs amid slumping financial performance. The company says that while jobs are not being replaced by AI, AI is changing the way the work gets done. Hit hard, Microsoft's Xbox. It's cutting 1,600 jobs today, 3,200 through the fiscal year. Xbox CEO Asha Sharma says the business is not healthy and that the company is going to restructure.
Those job cuts include 600 local layoffs across Washington. Now to the real-time traffic desk at 1:33. We check in with Nate Connors.
Thank you, Aaron. Here in Seattle, South 5, just before Mercer, we're still dealing with a disabled semi from an earlier crash. It's taken up 2 right lanes, and you're backed up bumper to Lake City Way. So Linwood to Seattle's at 45 minutes. Still about a half-hour delay here. You can avoid this by heading over to Highway 99. Just don't use 85th to get there because that street is packed between I-5 and Highway 99. North 5, we're heavy from the north end of Boeing Field, just past Michigan, where it looks like we might have a new crash there. South 405 starting to fill in between Factoria and Renton. Nothing too heavy yet. And down in Thurston and Pierce Counties, North 5, we've got scattered backups between Lacey and Nisqually. More slowing through South Tacoma. Olympia to Tacoma, plan on a 45-minute trip. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
Thank you, Nate. Your forecast looks sunny and warm. Highs today in the low 80s. Will be right around 80 degrees come match time tonight at 5 o'clock. Right now, though, 75 and sunny in downtown Seattle. I'm Aaron Granillo, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
All right, welcome back to the show. Big game tonight. Team USA versus Belgium. Lots of fans, lots of people downtown, even people who are not attending the game. A lot of people just going to some of the watch parties.
It's going to be the biggest crowd in Seattle. They say that the World Cup has already eclipsed the Taylor Swift takeover of Seattle, which has been the biggest cultural event from a numbers perspective in Seattle history.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Even more than
the
Super Bowl?
We've never had a Super Bowl. But
I mean, Super Bowl
not
victory
the parade.
Not the parade. Okay.
Yeah. And that's fair to say. We had 750,000 people for the parade, I think it was, or something like that.
I think something like that.
Zero arrests. Zero arrests. We love this town. But this is going to be a record-setting day.
And a lot of fun to be had. Our very own KIRO News Radio reporter, Jillian Raftery. She's down there right now. Jillian, welcome to the show.
Hello. Thank you so much for having me.
What's going on? Where are you at? What kind of crowds are you seeing? And where are you heading next?
I started my day in Pioneer Square, where I could not believe how packed it's already getting. People are coming in from every area, from the light rail, from the hotels downtown. I'm seeing a lot of people having lunch. And of course, the bar indicator, there's a bar that is like right out in front of the stadium, right before you kind of get into the entry chute. And this is the bar that's had a lot of the pre-party. They've had DJs, and I've seen it fill up like a couple of hours before the game. It's packed right now. It's standing room only out in front of King and Occidental.
Well, and
where
we're still
people are starting to just drink in the streets.
Yeah, I was going to say, we're still 3.5 hours out from the start of the game. As I understand it, though, this has been this way all day, pretty much, right?
It's been this way all day. You probably heard Luke Ducey say people are already in Pioneer Square, I think starting at like 8 o'clock in the morning. And
beautiful.
It is beautiful. I just talked to someone who flew in from Nashville and got here like 2 hours ago. They just got to King and Occidental. They cracked their first beer. They're having a great time. And it's beautiful. I'm right out here in front of Molly Moon's on the waterfront, too. There's a line, probably like a 45-minute long line. People are enjoying everything this area has to offer. And of course, as you know, this stadium district is unique because there's a lot around it and a lot to do before you head into the game compared to other World Cup stadiums.
I mean, they're going to have the finals. I think it's at the Meadowlands or over at the MetLife or New York Stadium, as FIFA is requiring us to call it. But you're right, Jillian, there is no community around that. We have such a beautiful waterfront downtown. Luke said he spoke to some fans earlier who had been to multiple game sites in the nation touring around, and they, by far and away, are giving Seattle the highest grade of any host city.
Yep, that's what I've heard from quite a few people. Last week I talked to a Belgian fan who has road tripped around the country to different games, specifically following Belgium, and he said Seattle blows Los Angeles especially out of the water.
How crazy is it, too, that for all of the World Cup games, I'm trying to remember, have we had any that just haven't been perfect weather? Almost every single game has been like just crystal clear, beautiful weather. I think only one of them was maybe a little on the hotter side.
Well, we had a hot game. We had
a hot game.
We had one game, I think it was Friday a week ago, was forecasted for rain, but we didn't get it.
But it ended up being
gorgeous.
Kind of nice.
Perfect, yeah.
Wouldn't it be funny?
And I will say one thing.
Yeah, good.
Oh, no, just one thing that's just totally shocked me is the great spirits everybody is in. You know, even for the Iran-Egypt game, there were some tensions, with the protests, but everyone is just having a great time.
Are you seeing a lot of Belgian fans? Like, what are they experiencing?
They're starting to trickle in, and everybody's being super friendly. One of the things that I've heard is that Seattle is the friendliest spot, especially between rival teams. But there's some Belgian fans. They're camping out at Victory Hall. They're having a big party there, and that's been their headquarters this entire time. And like the U.S. team, they're going to have a march to the match right about the same time. So U.S. and Belgian fans are going to converge on Pioneer Square in huge numbers at the same time at 3 p.m.
This is kind of interesting, too, because Belgium is kind of the de facto has been the home team here in Seattle for their run at the World Cup. I mean, I think this is their third game that they've played here. Is that right? And so
that's right.
They have had, and when you're playing another team, obviously It's not U.S.
Well, it's okay to give
you can
our
build
city.
up a friendly fan base here locally.
When it's you against Egypt, fine. Have our town.
But when it's Team U.S.,
right?
It's like suddenly they stop selling Belgian ale or anything. You can't get any of that stuff.
I can't find a drop of chocolate in this entire town.
Yeah, no more chocolate. No more waffles. No more Belgian ale.
Oh, but they're going to get blown out of the way because they haven't faced a hometown crowd yet.
That's right.
They don't know what's coming to them.
They don't know. There's a big, giant American-looking wave coming their way.
People can still get tickets on the secondary market right now, but I think those seats currently are listed at about $1,600 for what they call the get-in price. That's a lot of money. The best seat in the building today, right now at that stadium, which is about mid-pitch, a third of the way up the lower bowl, sells for about $3,600 last time I checked about an hour ago.
Wow.
And when you talk about, people are spending $10,000, $20,000 to see some of these games, that is the best. That's a great deal.
But to see Team U.S. would be...
Right. In
you could make an argument.
Park.
I can't imagine paying like $500, even $500 to see two other teams who are not Team U.S. play. Just to say you saw a World Cup game, that would be a lot for me.
And that's kind of been the average for non-U.S. games. Yeah.
But for a Team U.S. game...
In the best host city in the country, in a town known for soccer.
That would be pretty fun.
Yeah, the city's put soccer on the map in America, I think it's safe to say. And you're going now, where next, Jillian?
I'm going to the waterfront pre-party / watch party area, that floating barge. That's where the hype rally is going to be. Although I am surprised. I'm seeing just so many people streaming into Pioneer Square. It'll be interesting to see how many people are actually at that party, which has been really the center for every team that has come here so far.
That pier watch party was set the record for attendance of a Seattle event at 85,000, I believe, when the USA plays Australia. It's
got to beat that.
I think you're going to eclipse that number today.
Yeah. Oh, that's great. Well, Jillian,
you want to cheer with me? Hey, I've got some fans who want to cheer with me. Can we do a little USA?
Yeah, do it.
USA! USA! USA!
Fantastic.
USA! Thanks, guys. Have fun.
Nice mic control, too, there, Raftery.
You know what?
Nicely done.
Go find some Belgian
Hey,
fans.
I got to get in a cheer.
Those always go wrong. I'm so proud of you right now.
They wouldn't talk to me after the last match. They were all so exhausted. They just were like, no, thank you. And everybody had been drinking since early in the day. And, of course, the match went like 4 hours. I was trying to find some victorious Belgian fans to gloat about their victory.
Do me a favor.
Talk about, taking on the U.S.
Go find some cocky Belgian fans and bring those same USA folks with you. And just start a USA chant right next to them. I love it. And see how that goes. And record it and then send it to us.
They won't be hard to find.
Yes, that'd be great.
All right.
Jillian Raftery, appreciate it. We'll check back in. Have a great one.
Thank you.
All right. Jillian's going to be checking in later. I think she's going to be with the John Curley show, and we might try to check in with her again before the end of the show. Man, that would be a really fun environment.
I'm really kind of jealous. I don't get a chance to be down there today.
Are you a friendly person with opposing crowds? Like in Philly, they're notorious.
Take that off the board. Philly's not a portion of the civilized world by definition.
Explain to the fans what happens in Philly.
Philadelphia, as I like to call it. And I'm prejudiced. I was born and raised in Baltimore, which is probably the closest neighboring city.
Yep.
Baltimore's halfway between D.C. and Philadelphia. Philadelphia, the city of bodily harm.
Philadelphia.
That's where they threw snowballs at Santa. They throw batteries at opposing.
I bring them up because they're famous for how they treat opposing fans.
And Yankee fans can be the same. Boston fans can be the same.
But nobody's as bad as Philadelphia.
Nobody by far is as bad as Philadelphia. They've got a reputation. They take great pride in being hostile toward the other team's fans.
Yeah.
The Black Hole in Oakland's the same way. Now was going to be the Vegas Raiders. They may lose a little bit of that, but the Raider fans at home were just notoriously, you couldn't feel safe as an opposing fan. Seattle's never been like that. I've always had nothing but the utmost respect for somebody who will travel to see their team play in another city.
Yeah.
I've been lucky enough to see the Seahawks play in probably 8 different cities if I put them all together.
And you always wear your Seahawks colors.
You got to fly the colors proudly. It always befuddles me that people give opposing fans grief when they're on the road. This is somebody that loves their team so much.
I do like a little healthy, fun jeering with people.
I can throw shade.
Like
with
the in-game stuff is fun.
It's the greatest.
But it stays in the game. Yeah. It's only because you guys are opposing fans.
Right,
and at the end of the game, you'd be happy to have a beer with any of those people.
I love telling people, hey, enjoy your 9-hour drive home after a loss. I love that. I love walking out from a Seahawk victory and you see these fans in other jerseys and you can't help but rain down the snide on these people. I love that Seattle puts visiting fan jerseys on undercover cops. You know that the Seahawks started that, and it's notorious. When you're at a Seahawk, and I'm sure it's be the same way today.
Entrapment.
Well,
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
That's a fair argument to make,
Yeah.
but you know, treat other fans with the respect shown. This is a traveling
could be a
fan.
cop.
I would love to hook up with some fans from Belgium and watch the game with them and throw some lovely fun shade their way when we win tonight.
It'd be especially fun as they
It'd be
lose.
great. It's going to be a great day.
If Belgium loses, hopefully they do. Everybody's crossing their fingers, obviously.
Except Karen that you met on the 4th.
Except Karen.
I'm convinced she's
Can I read you a funny, when we come back, I'm getting a lot of text messages from people about my my incident.
Okay.
I'm going to read one. I assume it's a she. I don't know if it's a she. This is a person.
Okay.
Who's not happy with my story about this lady.
Really?
I think she's kind of saying that I'm in the wrong, but I'll read you her message when we come back.
I'd like to hear an opposing view, sure.
Yeah, we'll hear from other crazy people. No, just kidding. You're not crazy. I don't know. Maybe you're crazy. We'll read some of these when we get back. Stick around. We'll be right back.
KIRO News Radio, where you hear the John Curley Show, afternoons 2 to 7.
All they care about is whether they make money. You could see it. When Trump was out of office, they lost money. Trump comes back in office, they make money. Fox stock goes up, MSNBC goes down, CNN loses viewers, they lose money, everybody's unhappy. They need people to fight.
The John Curley Show. Subscribe to KIRO News Radio on YouTube and watch live or later.
Folks, if you know anything about me, you know I love to cook. And you know I'm in a band, so we're having an open house barbecue. My band's going to play. I'm going to have a little cooking demonstration along with Chef Dirk. We're talking about Ages Living Bauer. We're having an open house on the 18th of July at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. There'll be chefs from various ages around the region showing off their incredible recipes. There'll be a little competition between me and Chef Dirk, a wine tasting, a food tasting, over $2,000 in raffle prizes, and my band, the Impalers, will play an impromptu little top-of-the-roof party at 1 o'clock on the 18th of July. We'd love for you to join us. You can respond at agesliving.com/KIRO.
Healthcare costs are rising, and a major driver is hospital prices. They've increased more than 250% over the past 25 years. Families and local businesses are feeling it. At Primera Blue Cross, we're working to change that by negotiating with hospitals to secure fair, responsible prices so you can get the care you need at a cost you can afford. That's coverage that counts. Learn more at coveragethatcounts.primera.com.
Do you get sinus infections, congestion, sinus pressure and pain, sinus headaches? You've gone to the doctor. You visit urgent care over and over again. And it's always the same thing, right? Oh, I know. Let's try antibiotics and some nasal sprays. But they just keep coming back. You may suffer with chronic sinus infections. The good news? Relief is possible. How? A minimally invasive procedure called the Sinusoft procedure, available only at the Modern Nose Clinic. Imagine a procedure so delicate there are no narcotics. Less cutting means less bleeding, so no packing, and no operating room. The Sinusoft procedure is designed for the clinic. If you suffer with chronic sinus infections, facial pain, pressure, and congestion, find out if the Sinusoft procedure, available only at the Modern Nose Clinic, is the solution for you. Call and set an appointment today. 206-388-2770. 206-388-2770. That's 206-388-2770.
Guys, did you know your testosterone affects everything in your system, including how you feel and perform every day? Right now, Revive Men's Health Seattle will check your testosterone for free. Knowing your T levels is the first step in understanding if you have low T. Your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED. Maintaining an appropriate T level can change your whole life. Most men start to see changes in their hormone levels in their 30s. Experience and results matter. So what are you waiting for? Get your T levels checked today by local, experienced, and trusted men's health experts. They've helped thousands of men since 2011. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Call Revive today and schedule your free testosterone test, free exam, and free consultation. Call Revive Men's Health at 206-529-1111. That's 206-529-1111. Or visit revivemenshealth.com.
Have you ever really thought about what happens when you can no longer care for yourself?
If you're not prepared, it's like they just ship you off to a nursing home and you may not even have considered all the options that are available to you.
After retiring, Vic attended a free seminar with elder law attorney Rajiv Nagaich at LifePoint Law, and it changed the way he planned for his future.
He talked about not running out of money, not being a burden to your family. Those are two kind of basic principles that are obviously important.
So what's Vic's advice?
You have to have a plan. You need a running start. You need to be able to understand the system. I would encourage people to consider getting educated. Rajiv has a lot of knowledge, a lot of practical experience that can be helpful.
Register for a free LifePoint Law retirement planning seminar in Federal Way on July 7th, Bremerton July 9th, Everett July 11th, or Bellevue July 18th. Space is limited. Sign up at lifepointlaw.com. lifepointlaw.com.
At Lake Washington Windows and Doors, we provide top-quality windows that are 25% more energy efficient, reduce noise by 50%, and stay clear with low-maintenance glass. With leak armor installation and lifetime warranties, you're protected for life. Visit LakeWashingtonWindows.com.
Anthony Hamilton with Tony live in the Tulalip Amphitheater Thursday, September 10th. Tickets are on sale now. Details at TulalipCasino.com.
For the ones who get it done, Grainger offers the professional grade products you need, delivered when and where you need them. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by.
G. Scott here. Safeway wants you to know SunBucks gives qualifying families $120 per child for summer groceries. Some families are signed up automatically. Others need to apply. Find out if you should apply at freesummermeals.org.
Costs are up, but life doesn't have to slow down. Subaru of Puyallup has fuel-efficient, all-wheel drive models meant for summer road trips. Experience the redesigned Subaru Outback. Bold, safe, more capable. For stress-free pricing and offers, visit SubaruofPuyallup.com, your stress-free dealership.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it today at carsforkids.org. Your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call 1-877-CARS4KIDS to donate your car today. That's Cars with a K.
All right, welcome back to the show. You know, I started doing something last week, Spike. We forgot to do it today because I'm forgetful. But I think we should start doing it every day. It's really fun.
What do you got?
I started the show because I was hosting it by myself all week. And I was like, all right, I want to get the conversation going, get stuff, you know. I like our interaction.
Sure.
I was trying to replicate that. Yeah. So I started doing a question of the day at the start of the show.
Oh, okay.
And then the audience would chime in on the Muckleshoot Casino Resort text line. And then by midway through the show or whenever it was, 12:30, whenever it was, I could respond to some of these text messages.
I like this. Yeah.
And then it ended up kind of happening that, you know, there was a few topics that people disagreed on. We could kind of have debates. And it was really great. One of these, so this didn't work out today because I forgot to do it. But tomorrow we will endeavor to remember to do it. But I was telling a story earlier about this lady who I referred to as a crazy old lady.
Mm-hmm.
And she was acting in a way that I would say seemed crazy to me, which is why I referred to her as a crazy old lady. But somebody did not like that, and I wanted to read their text to you. This is from, I'll just say from 253. They said, I would never, and she drove really fast at me and my kids.
For those folks who weren't here when you told the story, you and your boys are in a country road.
Yep.
Very safely out of any populated area.
Lighting sparklers,
ground
and
cover, legal
ground blooms.
Fireworks.
Yes.
You know, Vizzy Woomers, kitty chasers, whatever they.
Yeah. A Piccolo Pete.
There you go.
Yeah.
And you were approached by a neighbor who banned what you were doing, though she had no legal right to do so.
She got very in our face, very upset. She seemed really sweaty and angry about it.
In a big SUV.
Big giant SUV, comes at us, says her piece, doesn't like our response, drives off, does a U-turn, comes flying back at us, driving at us at probably at least twice the speed limit on the road.
Which is probably 25 at the most on
she was easily going in the 50s.
Okay.
And again,
you got four little boys on the road.
I got a 6-year-old, I got a 9-year-old, I got a 10-year-old, and an 11-year-old playing.
And you're being respectful of other cars.
Being respectful.
You've cleared the roadway numerous times during your little celebration on the 4th of July.
On the 4th of July.
Yes.
And this lady comes at us, and she slams on the brake, and I give her the slow down sign. This is my second interaction with her.
Universal tap it down.
She starts screaming the F word at me. And I'm trying to be very polite the whole time because, again, not for her sake, for my kids' sake.
Yeah, because you're setting an example for 4 young minds.
Yeah. I don't want them to see their dad confronting an old lady.
Right.
We're not in the same league. I'm not saying that I'm above her. I'm just saying that
Well, you show more decorum and respect and self-control than she did.
Well, yes, that's true.
From your description of it, I think that's a safe thing to say.
What I would say, though, is I am teaching my sons to be respectful, especially to be respectful of women, and always to give women the benefit of the doubt and try to be gentlemen. So I'm trying to teach them to be gentlemen, even when there are crazy old ladies yelling at you, screaming F words.
Someone on the text line took issue with your description?
So somebody on the text line said, I would never drive at anybody like this woman did. However, that said, you are acting incredibly entitled. She might be afraid of fire. She might have pets that go crazy with whistles and booms. Please stop referring to her as a crazy old lady. So pejorative. Several years ago, some fireworks from the street behind us set our large shed on fire. We lost a table saw, lawnmower, and other things. Scared us to death. It was very dry, and we kept thinking it might spread. And then they said, this is meant for Jake. And I responded, said, thank you for the note. I'm reading it now. I would say this in response. If the lady had driven up to us from her property and said, hey, guys, can I kindly ask that you not light these because of A, B, and C, whatever.
I've got a pet. Any
I have
of those.
a dog that's scared of this stuff, whatever it might be.
I know you. I know how you would have reacted.
I would have said, you know what, ma'am? Absolutely. We'll get out of your hair. We would have found somebody somewhere else to do it.
That's right.
But the fact that she decided to start yelling F words at us, it kind of changed the conversation. And then when she came at us again, going really fast, I'm not dealing with the normal person at this point. So when I use the pejorative crazy old lady, as this person points out in the text, that's the best, most accurate description that I could give of this person. She seemed like, I don't think anybody out there would make an argument that somebody driving their giant SUV at 4 little kids in the road just to send them a message is not a crazy
That's
old
what
lady.
That's how she described her approach. You said to her, ma'am, that's a little too fast for these kids. I was trying to send a message.
Trying to send a message.
Her words.
Her words. Yeah. So, I mean, I don't know how else to describe the lady.
Unstable, is that a better way? 253?
If you want to be nice and, if you want to, but I don't really feel like being super nice to her because she wasn't super nice to me. I think we were as polite as we could have been, and the situation ended up resolving itself, and it was great. All right. We got a lot of stuff we haven't gotten to yet.
We do.
Speaking of fireworks, you had some thoughts. There was 2 celebrations this weekend. There was 4th of July, and then there was also on the National Mall, there was America 250.
There was Freedom 250.
Freedom 250.
There should have been, that's my point. There should have been, and I feel torn, and I don't know if I'm supposed to feel this way.
Okay. I want to hear what you want to say next.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, let's hear it out.
I'll try to be rational.
That's what we try to do on the show.
I'll try not to come to this conversation at 55 miles an hour.
All right. Also, hit us up on the text line. We're loving all of the interactions. We're having a lot of fun. 888-973-5476. Even if we disagree with each other, you'd be surprised how many of these text chains,
civility,
end up turning into nice little exchanges.
Yeah,
so
long-term relationships.
Thank you guys for sending these. All right, we got a lot more coming up. Stick around.
The spirit of the nation converges on Seattle.
Seattle will hosting one of the biggest nights in U.S. men's soccer history.
It's just great to see America finally fall in love with the world's game.
Just stop and take in this moment.
Tonight, it's the U.S. versus Belgium to see who advances to the Final 8 in the World Cup. And Seattle was made for this.
Tillman!
Conversation and complete coverage at mynorthwest.com and KIRO Newsradio 97.3 FM.
If you have unfiled taxes or are in debt to the IRS, this is important news. Did you know the IRS has programs specifically designed to help people struggling with tax debt? Powerful tax assistance programs that can save you thousands if you qualify. No one knows these programs better than the experts at Optima Tax Relief, America's most trusted tax resolution firm, A-rated by the Better Business Bureau. Their award-winning tax attorneys and licensed professionals have resolved over $3 billion of tax debt for their clients. One call to Optima can start the process, helping to put an end to your worries about wage garnishment, asset seizure, and other aggressive IRS actions. Find the best options to solve your tax problems. Call the experts at Optima Tax Relief today for a free consultation.
Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Looking for a simple solution to hair loss this summer? Get the same breakthrough one-day treatment I received at Advanced Hair during their once yearly summer savings event. Your own natural hair begins to regrow the very next day, and Advanced Hair guarantees it will grow. Take advantage of your flexible summer calendar and get the most hair for your dollar during their best offer of the year. For details and a free consultation, call 425-449-8185, advancedhair.com.
Endless hours of research, seeking referrals, dozens of calls. Hiring the right attorney can be a challenging process during an already difficult time. J.P. Pendergast with Pendergast Law explains.
In Washington State, Tom, there are thousands of attorneys to choose from. Referrals and online research can be helpful, but discovering the right attorney requires a conversation. It can be hard to identify integrity and authenticity without that interaction.
So, what do you recommend?
We encourage anyone looking for personal injury representation to call for a free consultation with our team before making a decision simply based on referrals or online research. Accident victims need an attorney that listens, demonstrates honesty, and is genuinely understanding of their unique circumstances. The care, attention, and preparation that our firm provides throughout the case mirrors the effort involved when taking on the insurance companies.
Save time and avoid mistakes after an injury. Contact the caring and compassionate team at Pendergast Law.
If you or a loved one has been injured in a car accident, call Pendergast Law. We can help.
Do you owe $10,000 or more to the IRS like Will?
When I was 50, my whole life fell apart. I lost my job, I lost my wife, I lost the house, I lost pretty much everything except for my life. When the IRS came calling, I just didn't have it in me. I felt like Wile E. Coyote, just waiting for that IRS anvil to drop.
Then Will found Tax Relief Advocates.
I heard their advertisement on the radio, I wrote down the number, and I made the call that changed everything. The IRS gave me a bill for $40,000. Tax Relief Advocates got that down to $3,200. I've paid 9 cents on the dollar. Now that's a great deal in anybody's book.
If you owe 10 or even hundreds of thousands of dollars to the IRS, don't lose hope. Do what Will did and call TRA for a consultation.
But for me, the real win is I got my life back.
Visit TRA.com or call 800-488-4194. 800-488-4194. That's 800-488-4194.
Your best source for local news. KIRO News Radio. KIRO FM and HD1. Tacoma, Seattle. Northwest News.
ABC News, I'm Chuck Sievertson. Jenny Rassicott, a former girlfriend, alleges that Maine Democratic Senate candidate Graham Plattner, while they were dating 5 years ago, forced her into having sex without her consent after she repeatedly called for him to stop. That reported by Politico today. Plattner calls the allegation categorically false and also says, in his words, that he's taking the time to reflect on the best path forward. After heat, more heat, says ABC News forecaster Samara Theodore.
Things are really hot in the southeast. Some areas not quite as bad as we saw over the holiday weekend, but still pretty bad. 100 degrees is what it feels like in Tuscaloosa. But I'll leave you with some good news for those in the northeast. Things are really cooling down. UNDC on Wednesday will be around 83 degrees.
Flood watches from Virginia and North Carolina to Pittsburgh, Hartford, and New York City. President Trump heads to a NATO summit in Turkey today, where Ukraine's president is expected to ask alliance members for more interceptor missiles. This is ABC News. A preliminary hearing is underway in the Charlie Kirk murder case. Tyler Robinson charged in the fatal shooting of the conservative activist. At the courthouse in Provo, Utah, ABC's Alex Stone.
What's expected to be like a mini trial that could last all week. Prosecutors will be laying out parts of their case with evidence and testimony to prove to a judge they have probable cause to move forward to trial. 10 months after allegedly shooting and killing Charlie Kirk, Tyler Robinson still has not entered a plea.
The third heat wave is hitting Europe with wildfires spreading. Southern France very hard hit. For the first time, President Trump rang the opening bell for the New York Stock Exchange and NASDAQ from the Oval Office in the White House. It celebrated the launch of Trump Accounts, a new tax advantage savings account for children in the U.S. Only babies born between 2025 and 28 are eligible for a $1,000 government contribution. Chuck Sievertson, ABC News.
Getting you ready for one of the biggest sporting events in Seattle's history. That's after Nate Connors at the Real-Time Traffic Desk.
And this was brought to us by Lake Washington Windows and Doors. A number of streets are closed around Pioneer Square in the Stadium District. Just want to remind you as we lead up to the game. South 5 heading into Seattle just before Mercer. This disabled semi continues to block 2 right lanes. Now they've called in a crane to unload 2 trailers before the tow can hook up to the semi, and that's got you in this bumper-to-bumper back up to Lake City Way. We have a half-hour delay between Linwood and Seattle, taking 50 minutes. Southbound 99 was starting to fill in just before the Aurora Bridge down along Lake Union. North 5 crowded from the Michigan curve to I-90. Olympia to Tacoma at 50 minutes, scattered backups between Olympia and Nisqually, again in Lakewood approaching State Route 512. And on the water, the Clinton Ferry Terminal has a 90-minute wait for drivers. We have a 2-hour wait for drivers at the Kingston Terminal. Save big during July. Buy 3 windows or doors and get 1 free from Lake Washington Windows and Doors. Plus, make no payments for 12 months. Visit lakewashingtonwindows.com. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon. I'm Aaron Granillo. There may be no better setting for tonight's World Cup match than right here in Seattle.
Such a soccer town.
Tom Rinaldi's covering the tournament for Fox Sports. He was there when the USA won its last match despite being down a player. Rinaldi tells Brock and Salk on 710 Seattle Sports.
They won with 10. Now they play with 12. That's why being in Seattle is a real advantage.
Those fans have been rallying now for hours across the city. KIRO News Radio's Jillian Raftery is with those crowds filling up downtown. Jillian joins us live now.
Aaron, no better place in the world is right. I'm at the corner of Western and University Street at the waterfront steps, and I have chills. People have been on the verge of tears. It's incredible. It's a sea of thousands of people spilling over from Pier 58. There's so many people that the rally has spilled down here to the waterfront steps that connect the waterfront to First Avenue. There's a band. There's people waving flags and hanging out flags, getting ready to march to the stadium. I don't think Belgium knows what's coming. Just the sheer volume of this American spirit alone might knock them out of the match. It is incredible. People have been flying in from all over the country for this game, including locals coming home from places like Jacksonville and Nashville.
I think USA is going to win purely based on the immense support that we have today. And obviously we're talented, but I think the momentum that we can bring 12th man in Seattle here is going to do a lot for this squad.
And I will say I've seen more locals than ever before here for watch parties, people with families. I saw kids in wagons and strollers. They're ready for the whole day. They're ready for this marathon. Reporting live from the waterfront harbor steps in Seattle, Jillian Raftery for KIRO News Radio.
Thank you, Jillian. Of course, tonight's match kicks off at 5 o'clock. Other news we are tracking at this hour, a busy and painful holiday weekend at Harborview Medical Center. As of 11 this morning, the hospital treated 86 people injured by fireworks in the past week. That's up from 52 cases last year. One of those blasts put 3 kids in the hospital after they lit an unexploded device that they found. Pat Pollock is with Puget Sound Fire.
When they lit it, it evidently exploded right away and causing critical injuries to those 3 individuals.
The blast so powerful it damaged the front of the house and blew out windows. Medics transported all 3 kids to Harborview to be treated for those injuries. Now to your forecast. We are seeing sunny skies this hour, and it'll be all sunshine for tonight's big match. Right around kickoff, should be looking at about an 80-degree day. Right now, 77 and sunny in downtown. I'm Aaron Granillo, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with a KIRO News Radio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
And now, it's time for the Jake and Spike Show on KIRO News Radio with your hosts, Jake Skorheim and Spike O'Neill.
Welcome back to the show. 2 hours down, 1 hour to go. A lot of stuff to get to. If you're a World Cup fan, Spain and Portugal just played a game. Portugal got knocked out, so Ronaldo can just go home and
go back to modeling.
sit on his money and model.
$1 billion. I was shocked with that number.
Yeah, that's
$1
reportedly what he's getting
billion.
paid.
He's a draw.
He's a big draw.
He's a draw.
People like him. But Spain won the game, and so is it the way? So the winner of tonight's Team U.S. versus Belgium game will play Spain?
We'll play Spain, yes, as the bracket is laid out. Spain is one of the top 2 teams, depending upon which meter you look at for the measurement of Spain.
Spain was like an early favorite to win the whole thing.
Yeah. Great team, talented team.
And
France.
England's high up there.
Yep.
Well, obviously, I think Team U.S. would have rather played Portugal, but who cares?
Who cares
at this point? If they win against Belgium, they're going to have so much confidence and momentum going into the next game, and we're just hoping that they win this game. That's going to be tonight in 3 hours. They're playing in Seattle. It's a massive game, a lot of people, a lot of crowds. Jillian Raftery is one of our reporters who we have down there talking to people, just kind of soaking up the atmosphere and seeing what's going on. All right, we got a lot of stuff to get to. We're going to get to in just a little bit. This is really interesting. We're going to get to Seattle Times had this great piece, and we're going to talk about it in just a second. Have you ever heard of a zombie tower before?
I hadn't until this piece, but
I hadn't either.
The description makes perfect sense.
It's a great descriptor. It describes exactly what's happening with some of the vacant office space in Seattle, which we'll get to. But before the show, so we talked a lot about 4th of July today.
Yeah.
We shared some experiences that we had, some positive, some negative, with crazy old ladies. And fireworks and good food that we ate and everything.
Right.
And then you had another angle to it that you wanted to discuss.
Well, I live in a media ecosphere that I'm trying to break out of. I'm trying to get other points of view into my feed.
Sure.
My algorithm. Because I do try to monitor numerous different news outlets, sources of information from multiple perspectives. Otherwise, if you live in a silo, you never know what the other side's thinking. How can you possibly consider their points of view?
Sure. Which is why you try to be like in all the different, like you'll be on both Blue Sky and MS Now.
Yeah.
That's a joke.
Well, left and far left.
That was a joke.
Far left, far left.
But
that's
no,
good. That's a good joke.
We do have to, in this business, we try to read as much as we can and see as many different things.
Well, I was inundated with negative coverage of America's semi-quincentennial celebration in our nation's capital. Freedom 250.
Yeah.
Inundated with negative coverage of it, and I think a lot of it was merited. I don't think a lot of it was slanted. I mean, it was all slanted, but I don't think it was unwarranted. And here's why. Because I've done far too much reading on this. I've seen far too much coverage on this. 10 years ago, a bipartisan committee in Congress, I should say, instituted America 250. It was a semi-quincentennial committee to plan and celebrate America's 250th anniversary.
Yeah, everybody will. Yeah, we're all excited about it.
And they've been planning for years. Plans were put in place. Strategies were put together. They had anticipated this. Tell me if this sounds familiar. This massive festival in the National Mall covering a couple of weeks, bringing the best of American culture together to celebrate the unity of American life.
America.
Yeah.
Yeah, we love it.
Well, then President Trump founded Freedom 250 about a year and a half ago. Started a parallel 250th anniversary birthday committee to plan a parallel celebration.
Okay. I was unaware of this, but okay.
But this is well documented. You can see when you see the 250 logo, that's like a ribbon script, and it says America 250 because that organization still happened.
Yeah.
But Congress had designated $100 million to that organization to fund and put on this celebration.
Okay.
Trump administration pulled half of that money out of their coffers to fund Freedom 250. And then
everybody's celebrating 250 though?
Everybody's celebrating 250.
Okay. Continue.
So the president's party, I don't mean the Republicans, I mean Freedom 250.
Mm-hmm.
It then it reduced the America 250 budget from $100 million to $25 million. Events were canceled. The event at the National Mall was canceled for Freedom 250's party. We all saw how that turned out. It was pretty much a underwhelming event. I'm trying to be kind because a lot of people called it an unmitigated disaster. And you can say the heat was a factor and the rain were a factor and all the weather was a factor. But
I heard the heat was pretty. Yeah, I heard the weather was
they had
not
to cancel.
pleasant.
They had to put people outside of the event and move people off because of weather. And again, I'm not knocking the weather.
Sure.
But the from the list of performers who agreed and then backed out for whatever reasons, the America 250 had planned this celebration of like great festivals from America, from like Sasquatch Festival, from Burning Man Festival, from Farm Aid, and just making this massive, same type party. Anyway, it seems to me that the Freedom 250 rally turned into a Trump rally. If you watch the president, who was the main speaker,
Well, he's the president of the United States.
But it's not. But
that would be a big draw, I would think.
If for a political rally, not a nonpartisan
you're calling it a
celebration.
political rally, but you're celebrating America. I would think that the president, if
that's a fair point of view.
If Joe Biden had maintained his seat and was his presidency, he probably would have spoke.
That's fair. He would have spoke, but it was so divisive. I find again, I'm trying to get out of this ecosphere.
Yeah.
Of my political point of view. Charlie Hargrove wrote a really nice piece before the 4th of July about how it's okay to be, can't we all put this all aside and just celebrate America?
Can't we
and
all get along?
We had that conversation too prior to the 4th of July.
Yeah.
And there's some statistics out, I think it's from Gallup, that, only 33%, I think it is, maybe it's 38. Either way, it's 33.
Proud to be American.
Proud to be Americans, right? In 2004, it was 91% of Americans are proud to be Americans. And I can tell you right now, as an American, I'm not very proud right now.
That's a shame.
I think it is too. But then Charlie, I don't mean to poke fun at Charlie because I think he does amazing work. He's a great writer and he's a great thinker. I love Charlie Hargrove.
Yeah.
He is halfway through his article, he turns it into doesn't love this country. These percentages who didn't take pride in America don't love America.
Yeah.
See, I think those are two very different things. I'm not proud of where we are right now as a country, and that's just my political perspective and my take on life.
That's fine. That's fine.
Okay, but I love this country. I think the fact that I love this country is why I'm not very proud of what's going on right now.
Well, I certainly don't want you to feel that people don't think you love the country.
Well,
you're a patriot. You love America.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But it's to equate a diminished pride in who we find ourselves to be as a country, from my perspective, from a lot of people's perspective.
Yeah.
Obviously, if 33% say they're proud to be Americans, 67% aren't proud right now, and I'm sure they love this country. I don't know. I think expecting
I wouldn't agree with you on that number, but yeah.
See, I don't know how somebody can. How do you measure that somebody doesn't love the country?
Here's the thing that bugs me. You may feel different about this.
That's why I love the show.
I could care less who's in the White House. I love the country for many reasons, about the amazing, wonderful things that America has accomplished and done in its past.
As do I.
The present is the present, and that's fine. When Joe Biden is president, some of the best years of my life happened when Joe Biden was president. I had children. I bought a house. I did amazing things that I was very proud of that are part of my story in America that many people also did in America. I could care less who's in the White House. I may not agree with or like the guy's policies, but that doesn't stop me from being proud in the country. So yeah, I agree with Charlie a little bit, and it's silly to me that people would say oh, okay, it's only depending on if it's the person in the White House that I like, then I'm willing to be proud of the country. I think that is silly. Well, I'm not calling you silly. I'm saying
I hear you, and I'm trying to expand my perspectives.
Yeah.
So I'm not living in a silo. And I was trying to think how I should best describe this. I'm a parent. You're a parent. You love your kids.
Yeah.
When your kid, though,
sometimes they're loud.
Say your kid, and you're not here yet, but when your kid, takes the car out irresponsibly with 5 kids piled in the back,
sure,
and crashes through a bunch of garbage cans in somebody's alley, and I can speak from personal experience. I'm not going to point any fingers. I got 2 kids. Take your pick.
Yeah, I did that too.
I'm not proud of my kid there, at all. I love my kid unconditionally.
Sure,
but I'm not proud of him. I'm not proud of that action.
Okay,
that's how I find that the differentiate between the two. I'm not proud of this administration's policies. I think some of them are real questionable. I think taking money away to run a parallel event that is more geared toward your point of view, and spending an excessive, we don't even know how much money was spent on that event at the mall, which is ongoing. We kind of never know how much is going to be spent there. There was the money they allocated from America 250 plus the private donations, which are being very secretive about. That kind of thing I'm not proud of.
Yeah. Do you think that Washington made a mistake in not sending their delegates to the 250th fair? They just decided to
they were
not participate.
A dozen other states, I believe, also. I'm not proud of that either.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was the right thing to do.
It seems like a missed opportunity to me.
To showcase what your state brings to America,
So that booth was still built.
It was built and sat empty with
all
a picture.
All 50 states had a booth, and they basically had it was an empty booth, and Washington didn't show up. Yeah. And I find that to be kind of silly because you had a great opportunity.
I agree.
Washington had a great opportunity. Bob Ferguson could have sent a delegation, and for not a ton of money, compared to what we spend in the state, it was not that much money. They blamed it on cost. They said, well, it's just
which we spoke to earlier.
$750,000
that was
too much money.
That's a cowardly way to define your decision.
Ridiculous.
If you want to be a sanctuary state for reproductive rights, for equality, all these things, the Washington booth should have had pride flags every 6 feet. stand with your point of view. Have the courage of your convictions, Washington. If that's the state Bob Ferguson wants to be, and that's who he clearly wants to be.
Send an apple, for crying out loud. Send something that we can all be like, hey, Washington's got great apples. We also really like the Seahawks in our sports teams. That's exciting.
Our natural resources are unparalleled.
We got some great hikes.
We got it all. We got it all here,
We got it all.
We got mountains. We got desert. We got farming. We got agriculture. We got it all. We got tourism.
The fact that they just decided to it felt very much like, I'm going to take my ball and go home because I don't like the person who's in the White House. And that to me feels like back to Charlie's piece about people saying that they're not proud of the country depending on who's in the White House. That's ridiculous. I find that to be very petty.
I can respect that. I do feel I'm not proud of the country because of who's in the White House.
I wish you could still be proud of the country.
Oh, I still love the country. I will be proud of the country when we, I think, deal with the from a perspective.
Our country does a lot of great stuff, and who cares what other countries think of us? But our country does a lot of great stuff.
I'm not talking about what other countries think of us. I'm talking about what of the vast majority of Americans think about us right now.
The vast majority?
President's very unpopular. He's got historically low.
The vast majority are not proud of the country. Is that what you said?
If the poll quoted in Charlie's story that 33% of Americans are proud to be Americans, then I think the vast majority, 2-1, that's a vast majority, can't say they're proud to be Americans right now.
It's
I think it's. I'm with you.
Yeah, it's a shame.
But and I'm trying to find
Is that Americans or is that Democrats?
It's overall Americans. Because Democrats, the number is even lower. It's like 18%. While
18%?
It's 14% for Democrats, and it's 70% for Republicans.
Yeah.
And it's how much for Republicans?
70.
Well, that's great.
Well,
30%. What was Republicans when Biden was in the White House? Were they still proud to be Americans?
Oh, I don't have those numbers.
Look in the article. It's in the article.
It's pretty. There's a seesaw effect with when my guy's in doing the things I think are important.
But it didn't drop to 14%. That's ridiculous.
No, I'm with you.
People get too hung up on politics. They turn it into their god. They make it too much. They need to focus on other things.
Well, but here's the thing, though. The politics of this administration affect the daily lives and freedoms of the people in this country.
The politics of you could make that argument. Laura, do you got a number there?
58% Republican
58%.
pride.
So it didn't drop to 14.
I know.
That's ridiculous.
I'm with you. I don't agree with it. I'm trying to understand my feelings.
People should try to. I think they get too hung up. Do you think people get too hung up on politics? They let it govern too much of their feelings about life.
I think people lose a perspective on everything that life involves.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, what specifically has happened since Trump is in office or when Biden was in office? For anybody to complain, say that stuff was taken away from me. There was some weird stuff that happened during the pandemic. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
There was a bunch of stuff.
And
I understand.
That's the thing. It's hard to find an equal parallel between the two scenarios.
That's a different thing. But anybody who complains and says this is affecting my daily life every single day, that person I think is reading too far in between the lines. They just need to step back a little bit and chill out. We live a pretty good life.
We do, but there are people in this country who are affected daily by this administration's policies, whether they've lost the subsidy for their health insurance or they've lost their coverage on this, that, or the other. If they can't, if you're a non-binary person,
the health insurance thing. Let's go with the health insurance thing. Health insurance thing's interesting because wasn't that by Congress? They passed a law that it was going to go until a certain time.
Yeah, there was.
And who passed that law?
There was the Democrats. There was a sunset in that law.
Why did they not make it stretch out for a lot longer then?
Well, I'll give you the converse. They had the opportunity to, but Republicans controlled the Congress when they could make it long term.
So they didn't extend it.
Right, they didn't extend it.
Okay, and those were subsidies, so that's why it got more expensive. Yeah. Why did Bob Ferguson cut Medicaid and Medicare stuff?
Those are minutia of. And you're right, he did, but they're minutia of policy.
But that's what I'm saying. It's like people want to get on the federal stuff when it's smaller than the stuff that's happening locally. And
I don't know about that.
Well, that is true, but we could look at the numbers if you want to.
Sure.
But my point is that if you're just looking for reasons to be offended and to feel like I want to not be proud of something, you're going to find reasons. You can find it with every administration, every single administration.
Yeah, I'm sure there are examples where each administration has failed a segment of society. Absolutely true.
Yes.
Sure. You talk about the Medicare subsidies that didn't get extended.
Sure.
The tax breaks that were extended and made permanent they were also temporary.
Okay.
For the upper echelon of earners.
Yeah.
That was a temporary thing, and that was made full-term, long-term.
Okay.
And the priorities of the Trump administration and Republicans in Congress were to protect those tax subsidies, those tax breaks for the upper earners.
Is the belief that upper earners, when they have more money, they end up investing that money into things like
it's never born to be true. It's never born
it's absolutely true.
It's never born to be true. That trickle-down economics has never worked. Has never been proven to be true. And that's really what it is. That if you give the big earners better tax incentives, they will then hire more people, build more things, trickle down money to their economy. It's never proven to be true.
You think
they,
so?
They shell their money away. They put their money.
They don't.
Sure, they do. They find different.
Who's shelling their money away?
They find different ways to pay themselves. They don't have salaries, which are taxable.
Sure.
They divert all their earnings into other non-taxable entities. And that's been true for every iteration of trickle-down economics since Reagan.
Explain Elon Musk, who's very wealthy. Hasn't his wealth trickled down to people? Creates a lot of jobs, like 150,000 jobs he's responsible for?
I know. You're
isn't
right.
Isn't that exactly the trickle-down thing you're saying is not happening?
No, that's not trickle-down economics at all.
Well, what is that then?
That's him. A portion of his earnings go to help society and pay taxes and fill out jobs.
Yeah.
A smaller percentage of his earnings than any time in history.
Well, I understand, but he's not.
That's
what
I'm
saying. He's sitting on the money,
money.
holding the money. He's not. He doesn't have the money in a room, and he's not Scrooge McDucking it. I mean, that's not a reality.
Let me ask. What do you think about this? I know we had this conversation before, and I hope it's interesting to people who are listening. I hope
might be.
I hope it is. That's what that's what we want to do. We want to make sure we're having conversations with other people care about and are interested.
I hope so.
I saw a proposal that all income should be taxable, however you get it.
Okay.
Whether you get it through stock options, whether you get it through whatever delayed dividends, all these things, because that's the things that are not taxed.
Mm-hmm.
And people give themselves like an income of $100 a year, and they're worth $10 billion, and they only tax whatever $100,000 a year. That's not a system that's working.
Are you liking the way the capital gains tax is going in Washington? Do you think it's a good idea to tax people on money that they have not realized?
No, I don't. That I have a problem with.
Okay.
Because
what you're describing with the super wealthy is also kind of a version of that. They have a lot of money in value in companies like SpaceX or whatever that just made them a trillionaire.
Mm-hmm.
People like Bernie Sanders, whoever it might be, Patty Murray, they might say like, hey, let's take this guy's money. He's got $1 trillion. Let's take his money. But he doesn't actually have that money yet. I mean, like he has a value in the company. Like you have stock. I assume you have stock?
Yeah, we have a little something going. Yeah.
Okay. Would it be fair, because you have more stock than somebody who doesn't have as much stock, would it be fair to say, hey, you know what? Spike has more stock than somebody who has none. So we're going to take a percentage of his stock, even though he hasn't cashed it out yet.
Right,
we're going to send you a bill
unrealized.
on that.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Okay, well,
I don't like unrealized gain.
Then that's what we're talking about here. When Patty Murray or somebody steps up and says, like, let's take this guy's money, if he's not actually sitting on that money, I wouldn't want them taking his. I don't want them taking your money. Yeah. Until you realize that profit, it doesn't seem fair to me.
I agree with that.
See, we've arrived at an agree.
That's what we do, man.
We like to agree. That's what we like. All right, we got a lot more coming up. We got zombie towers. Can we do zombie towers?
I'd love to.
What's going on with zombie towers? Scary, spooky stuff.
Why I don't go downtown.
Stick around. We'll be right back.
This hour is brought to you by Davis Law Group. The spirit of the nation converges on Seattle.
Seattle hosting one of the biggest nights in U.S. men's soccer history.
It's just great to see America finally fall in love with the world's game.
Just stop and take in this moment.
Tonight, it's the U.S. versus Belgium to see who advances to the Final Eight in the World Cup. And Seattle was made for this.
Tillman!
Conversation and complete coverage at mynorthwest.com and KIRO Newsradio 97.3 FM.
Hey, Jake Skorheim here. After a mild winter, forecasters are predicting above average temperatures this summer across western Washington. And if your home is struggling to stay cool, your attic could be the culprit. Poor insulation or no insulation in your attic can account for up to 40% of the heat gain in your home over the summer. That puts a load on your air conditioner and it leaves you sweating. Fortunately, Valentine Roofing, the team in the red van, they've got you covered. This summer, you can bundle energy-saving attic insulation with a new roof and save 10%. That's better comfort, improved energy efficiency, and less strain on your cooling system. Thousands of homeowners have trusted Valentine Roofing for roofing, attic insulation, and complete home protection because every project comes with the Valentine experience. Seamless communication, meticulous cleanup, and extra mile service. Plus, with no money down on your project, you don't pay until your project is complete. Call 206 Roofing to save 10% when you bundle a new roof and attic insulation. That's 206 Roofing. And remember, when you see the red Valentine van, you know your home is in good hands.
Jonathan here from DUI Heroes. And did you know that there's a place you can go to find out everything you've ever wanted to know about DUI but were afraid to ask? That's right, DUI Heroes has its own YouTube channel at DUI Heroes where you can find the DUI Q&A, 36 separate videos with free information about what happens during a DUI arrest. Be informed. You can fight back. Give us a call at 1-800-DUI-HERO or find us online at DUIHeroes.com.
DUI Heroes, your DUI defense specialist.
Spike O'Neill here. If your loved one's caregiver is planning a vacation or just needs a break, why not consider Aegis Living Respite Care? A short-term stay that provides 24/7 expert care, Aegis Living amenities, and peace of mind for you and your family. Go to aegisliving.com/spike to schedule a visit today.
Windows are a home's top target for break-ins. At Lake Washington Windows and Doors, we offer added security with our exclusive 3-layer security glass protection. Combined with our lifetime warranty, you'll have lifetime peace of mind. Choose Lake Washington Windows and Doors, a name you can trust.
Stay cool this summer and save big. Lake Washington Windows and Doors delivers the quality, comfort, and energy-saving performance you deserve. During July, buy 3 windows or doors and get 1 free. Plus, make no payments for 12 months. LakeWashingtonWindows.com.
Nick, you know what's a great thing about going to Longevity Medical Clinic as a couple?
Oh, I absolutely do. When they tell you to do something, you actually do it.
Right. And the same thing with you. When they tell you to do it, because for some reason, when I tell you to do it, you're like, whoa.
I just walk away and roll my eyes.
Exactly. But the great thing about Longevity Medical Clinic, the doctors there know, because we do the blood draw and they look and they can see. They know. They hold us accountable.
Yeah, when I'm under pressure and I know I'm coming in, I know I have to work the program.
Right. Plus, we also want to hold each other accountable for how we take care of ourselves because, we want to have a long, healthy, happy life.
I know. I want every day to torture you as long as I possibly can.
Well, I look forward to it. Here's the great thing about Longevity Medical Clinic. They're working with you. They're holding you accountable because they want you to have a long, healthy, happy life. I was a patient at Longevity long before I started doing these commercials. So get your free health analysis. Go to lmclinic.com. That's lmclinic.com.
Nothing worse than clutter. With Closets by Design, everything will finally have its place. 40% off plus an additional 15% off and 18 months 0% financing on approved credit if paid in full. ClosetsByDesign.com or call 1-800-BY-DESIGN.
If you have unfiled taxes or are in debt to the IRS, this is important news. Did you know the IRS has programs specifically designed to help people struggling with tax debt? Powerful tax assistance programs that can save you thousands if you qualify. No one knows these programs better than the experts at Optima Tax Relief, America's most trusted tax resolution firm, A-rated by the Better Business Bureau. Their award-winning tax attorneys and licensed professionals have resolved over $3 billion of tax debt for their clients. One call to Optima can start the process, helping to put an end to your worries about wage garnishment, asset seizure, and other aggressive IRS actions. Find the best options to solve your tax problems. Call the experts at Optima Tax Relief today for a free consultation.
Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Guys, your testosterone level impacts your energy, drive, weight, hair loss, and even ED. Revive Men's Health Seattle will check your T level for free. For your free T level check, exam, and consultation, call 206-529-1111 or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
Don't wait. Insulate. Last year, American Crawl Space and Pest Services gave over $2 million in insulation rebates from PSE, more than any provider in the state. If your home was built before 1990, you're eligible for recouping up to 95% of insulation replacement costs. Insulate with American Crawl Space and keep your home warm during the winter and cool during the summer.
American Crawl, the heroes you call.
If you're hurt in a car accident, call Harold Car Law Offices right away. They'll save you time and get you more money from insurance while you're able to focus on recovering. Visit carlaw.com. 2 R's in car. Car accident? Call CAR.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon. I'm Aaron Granillo.
We like it. We like it. We like it.
They are loving it in downtown Seattle right now for one of the biggest matches in USA men's soccer history. KIRO News Radio's Jillian Raftery is among the crowd. She now joins us live. Jillian, where are you at and what's going on?
Among the crowd, I'm knee-deep in the crowd here at Western and University, right at the harbor steps where thousands of people here. I'm joined by Krista and Charla, who flew in just for this game from California. What are you excited about today?
The patriotism. This crowd is phenomenal. Not like Newport Beach was the other night.
Have you seen anything like this before?
No, this is phenomenal. This is
Who's going to win today?
USA, baby, USA.
All right.
all the way, USA.
Thank you so much. And these fans are just like everybody else here. They are bringing the patriotism. These ladies have their earrings, their hats, their shirts. They are a great example of the incredible spirit here. I do not see anything but smiles. And of course, it is packed with people and also packed with police officers. The March to the Match is just about to get underway. And if you are driving anywhere around downtown Seattle, good luck. Forget about it. There are fans everywhere in every corner of the city, hanging out of balconies, in windows. Pier 58 was too crowded. They had to have the rally over here at the harbor steps. And we're about to get underway. There is still time to join the party. Get out here if you're not already. Reporting live from the harbor steps at the waterfront, Jillian Raftery for KIRO News Radio.
Thank you, Jillian. Of course, this being the World Cup, we couldn't have a match without controversy. Here's KIRO News Radio's Luke Ducey with that.
The big storyline leading up to the game, our star forward for the U.S., Folarin Balogun, will start in today's game after FIFA suspended his red card from the previous game. The White House and President Trump intervening. However, FIFA says they made their decision on their own. Fans like Jeff hope Balogun does not respond to the controversy.
Just hope he doesn't get into all the politics of it. I mean, the whole thing was beyond his control.
Kickoff for one to remember coming up at 5 p.m. Luke Ducey, KIRO News Radio.
Other news, we are tracking today another round of layoffs underway at Microsoft. The company announced about 4,800 jobs will be cut globally. That includes around 600 positions here in Washington. Layoffs are focused largely in the company's commercial sales and Xbox divisions. Now to the real-time traffic desk at 2:33. We check in with Nate Connors.
Thanks, Aaron. This one brought to us by the KIRO News Radio app here in Seattle. South 5 just before Mercer, still on scene of a disabled semi blocking two right lanes. There's a bumper-to-bumper backup starting at 80th. Linwood to Seattle, we've climbed a 55-minute drive, a 40-minute delay. Get over to 99. That's a much better route. Southbound is heavy before the Aurora Bridge along Lake Union. Northbound 99, you're packed in the downtown tunnel. Now, North 5 into Seattle, it's packed at Mid-Bowling Field, just past Michigan Street, where we have a collision in the right lane. Further up the road at 520, a disabled vehicle in the left. Both lake bridges are wide open, and in downtown Seattle, a reminder, a number of streets in and around Pioneer Square and the stadiums are closed. Text APP to 888-973-5476 and download the KIRO News Radio app. Listen to your favorite shows and get the latest news and updates sent straight to your phone. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
And picture-perfect weather for tonight's soccer match. We will have low 80s around 5 o'clock. Right now, 78 and sunny in downtown Seattle. I'm Aaron Granillo, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
All right, welcome back to the show. Man, it feels like a fever pitch. People getting excited about this World Cup. Getting really, really jacked about it.
You gonna watch tonight with the boys?
Nah.
Sorry, it's fair. Well played. Well played.
Of course I'm going to watch it.
I know,
of
right?
course. Yeah, it's a ton of fun. Kids are getting really into it. I've been trying to watch as many matches as possible. You know what's really fun is we're watching a lot of the replays. Like, who has time to sit there for 90 minutes plus stoppage time, which ends up always being
it's
like
a 4-hour game.
Super long.
Match, sorry. I'm still American.
It's really long. I don't know if it's like, it's just like, so we're watching a lot of the replays, which are like 18 minutes.
Yeah.
And you get all the best stuff, which is a lot of fun. And it's a length of time that little kids can sit through.
You know, I watch like NFL 60. There's a 60-minute recap of a football game.
Heck yeah.
It's the greatest.
It is the greatest.
It is, man.
Except Seahawks. Obviously, you want to watch every second of a Seahawks game. All right. We saw this article in Seattle Times. I had never heard it referred to as this before, but this makes a ton of sense. So in Seattle, uniquely in Seattle, actually, according to this article, Seattle's downtown office vacancy rate is not good.
Highest in the nation?
Highest in the nation.
40% vacancy rate. 40% of commercial real estate in downtown Seattle.
Think of how crazy that is. The technical number is 37%. Yeah.
Oh, it's
but rounding, but about 40%.
Okay.
Almost half and now I'm rounding up even further. Half the buildings.
There's nobody downtown.
No,
That's how it goes.
But 37% of offices that you might drive past, you can look up. You have almost a split decision when you look up a coin flip. Is that empty, or is there a thriving business in that building? 37% of the time, it's just empty, and it's sitting there. And so Seattle Times has coined this. Did Seattle Times coin this, or did somebody else come up with this? Whoever did, it's in the Seattle Times piece. But they refer to these buildings as zombie towers. And it's a totally appropriate explanation for what's happening. You have these empty spaces and they're losing tremendous amounts of value too. Did you see the dollar number?
Yeah, the money, the depreciation for vacant. But here's the thing, that is the culmination of numerous factors.
Sure.
Which, whether it's the evolution of technology in the workplace, making jobs obsolete through AI, whether it's remote working, taking a portion of the necessary office space. So it's efficiency, it's evolution of workforce. It's also the condition of downtown.
Mm-hmm.
That is also a contributing factor to this number. All these things come into play to give us the worst occupancy rate in the country.
It's also political, tax decisions that they're making.
Absolutely.
So if
this
you want
a town that's hard to do business in.
Yeah, there's they have the Jump Start, they have all these different taxes in Seattle proper that they don't have in Bellevue.
And the mayor's proposing more.
Yeah.
They're looking for other ways to, our last resort, air quote.
Listen to this number. This is crazy. This is in Seattle Times. Since 2020, downtown office properties have lost a staggering $15 billion or 46% of their value. And they're generating $128 million less in property taxes for the city.
That's the vicious cycle. You wonder why the city's got less money than ever before to do the necessary business of running the city.
Because the people who make money
are being driven out of town.
Yeah. Can I bring
one factor is driven out of town?
Can I bring something up?
Sure.
Of course. I'm not trying to use this as but previously you and I were talking in the last segment about trickle down economics.
Yeah.
Wouldn't this be kind of an example of where it's trickle down economics? Or you want companies to want to invest in Seattle, and we see what happens when they're not spending money.
Yeah.
Then things in Seattle have to dry up. They lose their budget. Isn't that a form of trickle-down economics that's hurting the city?
It is, but and these are nuanced conversations to have. It's also fair to say that part of the reasons these occupancies aren't needed is because companies are investing in AI and laying off mass. I mean, Microsoft today, 4,600 more employees being laid off because the game division is going away.
Well, but they also...
those are contributing factors. I'm not going to blame it on that.
But you also saw in the article that they hired people as well. So they say that on average, it's about the same amount of workforce that they had in the city.
With Microsoft in
With
Seattle.
Microsoft,
Yeah. But I'm saying companies are. There's a correction. This was mentioned in the article as well. There's a correction post-pandemic.
Overhiring that happened during pandemic.
When money was free.
When everyone was staying home.
Interest rates were zero. Everybody was expanding.
Sure.
When the sun is shining.
Amazon saw that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And that's what you do. That's good, smart business.
Yeah.
And there's a natural, swing of the pendulum, back from that. It's a correction to an overinvestment and overexpansion.
Sure.
It's an optimism that didn't pan out to be necessary.
So in Seattle, here's how Seattle ranks when compared to other major cities. So Seattle is 36% or 37. What is the number here? 36, 37, whatever the number is. Of vacancies, office space vacancies. Los Angeles, 32%. San Francisco, 31%. The U.S. average is 23%. New York City, 22%. So that is well below what Seattle has. And it's interesting because I know that when you look at Seattle and you look at New York, they both have the ideologies of the mayors are very similar. There's a high propensity to want to tax high earners, businesses who are making money, things like that. New York, though, is still a very, very desirable place because it's such a massive city.
Yeah.
It's still a very desirable place for big businesses to still want to come in and invest. Seattle, I think we're the 14th market. 14th biggest market.
Populated market, yeah.
They don't have the cover. They don't have the cover that a city like New York does, because New York's kind of the main game in town.
Yeah.
Where Seattle is competing with a pretty nice Bellevue.
Sure.
That's got a similar size in business.
Not a bad
Not
Redmond.
the exact same size business.
Downtown Redmond, not a bad downtown. Everett or wherever it may be. We've got other municipalities close by.
Yeah.
That attract more attractive business climates.
I was just talking about this with my wife the other day. We spend a lot of time in Everett because we live up in that neck of the woods. And I was saying, my wife and I were saying, Everett is a beautiful city. I mean, Everett's beautiful, and every city has their problems, but Everett's doing a really good job of investing in waterfront stuff. Some of the condominiums that they're building down there, they've got this new boardwalk that looks. when you're in that part of Everett, when I was growing up, nasty look.
It was industrial, if not military.
Yes, and now you have the naval stuff, which is still very nice. I had my high school graduation party at the naval station there.
It's an asset, not a detriment. Absolutely.
It's great. And then further down the way, you've got parks and stuff like that.
Yep.
And then they have this great new waterfront. And that whole area is just going to keep expanding.
Yeah.
It's going to keep getting bigger and nicer. I think they're doing a really nice job. And if I were a mayor in a place like Everett, I would look at a city like Seattle and I would say, hey, you know what? We got a lot to offer in a place like Everett.
All the upside, none of the downside.
We don't have, so don't lean into the crazy tax stuff that's going to scare people away in Seattle. You also are not going to have to fight because Seattle does bear a lot of the burden of a lot of the homeless problem.
Absolutely.
They also invite it. So that's part of the problem. They're inviting.
Well, it's
a lot
funny
of this.
because I was off the air when that decision was made by the mayor. I loved the way you covered that.
Yeah.
I really did. It's the whole thing. Keep doing the same thing and expecting a different result. It's the definition of insanity.
Yeah.
Why do we not see the writing on the wall with so many glaring examples of how it could be done better and not do that?
Take the opportunity here. Smaller cities surrounding Seattle. I want Seattle to be successful.
Sure.
I really do. I mean, they're the biggest city in the region. Obviously, I want them to be successful.
It's the hub of the wheel. Yeah.
But if you're Tacomas and you're Everetts, you're cities that maybe don't get quite as much of the limelight, take the opportunity, do the anti-Seattle thing, and say, hey, you know what? Let's be the tax-friendliest place. I saw that, doesn't Zuckerberg and Musk both own part of the Tacoma waterfront now for their giant boats and some other business stuff?
Marina space down there, you bet.
I mean, capitalize on that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Open yourself up to these massive, you could have people just spraying you with money.
There's so much room for growth and development in the periphery communities around Seattle, and that would make Seattle compete
and
or
then
die
Seattle,
off.
Iron sharpens iron.
Yeah,
Seattle will go, hey, you know what? Let's not be too crazy here with our tax stuff because Everett's picking up all
We're not going to keep getting away with this. Those days are over.
Yes.
Thank you. Yeah.
Very interesting stuff. All right, we got text messages, lots of great stuff. Countdown to the World Cup match, kickoff at 5 p.m. All that coming up when we get back. Stick around.
KIRO News Radio, where you hear the John Curley Show, afternoons 2 to 7.
You have a whole bunch of people getting on, not paying. Imagine this on a bus. You get on the bus, you got your little stupid card that you paid for, and you swipe it, and then the seat folds down and you can sit down. There's no standing. So if you get on and you don't have a little card, whoop, there's no place for you to sit. Whoosh, out the back.
The John Curley Show. Subscribe to KIRO News Radio on YouTube and watch live or later.
Running a small business means juggling a lot. Your network has to handle it all. That's where a fiber-only provider falls short. You deserve a partner who gives you a greater advantage. Introducing the Total Solutions Advantage only from Comcast Business. A first-ever combination of the largest, fastest fiber-powered network, the most reliable Wi-Fi, gig speeds with equipment and security included, and a 5-year price lock. Plus, it's all backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee. The Total Solutions Advantage only from Comcast Business. A new standard for small business with reliability, security, and savings in one. When you add it all up, no one does business like Comcast Business.
Switch today. Get started for $60 a month for 12 months when you add an advanced solution to a qualifying internet package. Limited time offer. New customers only. Requires 300 megabits per second internet, security edge, and additional qualifying service. 1-year agreement, paperless billing, and autopay with bank account required. Taxes and fees extra. Most reliable Wi-Fi based on Open Signal Awards USA Fixed Broadband Experience Report, May 2025.
Need a new roof now? With State Roofing and Exteriors, you can get started with 0 down, 0 payments, and 0 interest for up to 24 months. That's right. Protect your home now and pay later. Call 866-ROOF-ROOF or visit stateroofing.com today.
Hey, John, why don't you tell everybody why you started going to Longevity Medical Clinic?
No, I don't want to do that. I can tell you, I started going to Longevity Medical Clinic before I started doing these commercials, but why I went is not important.
Oh, it absolutely is.
Okay. I'll tell you. I was a Sammamish City Council member, and whenever they had asked me to do the Pledge of Allegiance, I couldn't make it through the whole thing without crying. I know, it's so dumb. I mean, I know I'm patriotic, but what the heck? So I go into Longevity Medical Clinic, and I explained this to them, that there's something wrong with my hormones or something, and they see the testosterone and the estrogen are all out of balance. We balance all that stuff, and I can do the Pledge of Allegiance without crying, but I've also noticed that I deal with stress a lot better, don't I?
Yes, you're a lot easier to live with
Yes.
because you're getting more sleep, you have more energy, you're better organized, and I'm not helping you look for your car keys every morning.
Right, because now I've taken the steps to take care of my mind and body. I strongly recommend anybody get the free health analysis at lmclinic.com. That's lmclinic.com.
Step inside and let the excitement take you places. This is Muckleshoot Casino Resort, the ultimate spot for action that reaches incredible heights, luxury that knows no bounds, and live entertainment that always thrills. It's all at one incredible destination. So when you look for the best, look nowhere else. Muckleshoot Casino Resort, the biggest and best in the Northwest.
Wow, Sarah, these window coverings are gorgeous. Did you guys do this yourself?
No way, it's all Hunter Douglas. My local expert came to our home, brought samples, and helped us see everything in our actual light, then measured perfectly and handled the installation.
If you're planning a remodel, moving into a new home, or simply ready to elevate how your space feels, Westco Blinds, your neighborhood Hunter Douglas expert, offers custom, beautifully crafted window treatments thoughtfully designed for life. Whether it's blinds, shades, shutters, or drapes, our products fit your windows perfectly. And with smart home options, you control the light and privacy with a tap or on schedule. Hunter Douglas window treatments are an investment in quality, backed by a lifetime limited warranty and ongoing support from your trusted local expert, Westco Blinds. Call now to schedule your free in-home design consultation. Call 206-285-5455, 206-285-5455, 206-285-5455.
Looking for a simple solution to hair loss this summer? Get the same breakthrough one-day treatment I received at Advanced Hair during their once yearly summer savings event. Your own natural hair begins to regrow the very next day, and Advanced Hair guarantees it will grow. Take advantage of your flexible summer calendar and get the most hair for your dollar during their best offer of the year. For details and a free consultation, call 425-449-8185, advancedhair.com.
Think O'Reilly Auto Parts for all your car care needs. Get the parts and service you need fast from the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts. D.R. Horton's National Red Tag Sales Event starts this Friday, July 10th. Stop by any of its participating communities and find select Red Tag homes at incredible pricing. Visit drhorton.com. D.R. Horton, America's builder and equal housing opportunity builder.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it today at carsforkids.org. Your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call 1-877-CARS4KIDS to donate your car today. That's cars with a K.
Stay cool this summer and save big. Lake Washington Windows and Doors delivers the quality, comfort, and energy-saving performance you deserve. During July, buy 3 windows or doors and get 1 free. Plus, make no payments for 12 months. LakeWashingtonWindows.com.
Back to the show. A lot of great text messages. Let's just get into some of them. Let's get right into it. Laura, you want to fire away?
Yeah, on Balogun's lifted suspension, Janet says, I'm so happy for the FIFA controversy for one good reason. It far overshadows the Taylor Swift wedding. Thanks for sparing us.
We never even, we almost made it.
We didn't have a chance to really get into that.
Yeah.
But Laura, give us your quick thoughts on Taylor Swift's wedding.
I want photos. I do not think it looked like a stadium.
Are there not photos?
Inside, no.
How do they keep 1,000 people locked down?
Because there'll be a Netflix special that we can tune in to watch, or maybe even pay-per-view. You don't think that's going to be recorded and released?
Oh, it's
Paul McCartney sang "I Want to Hold Your Hand" for the first time in 64 years, or something like that. First time since 1964.
He sang at the wedding?
He sang at their wedding.
Oh, my gosh. That's sweet.
And we almost made it. Thanks, Janet.
That would be awesome.
253 says, I think Jake is 100% right. But Spike's not wrong with how this. We're talking about the suspension.
The Trump call to FIFA.
Yeah. Jake's 100% right, but Spike's not wrong about how it looks. Trump needs too much credit. But I wish he would have just done what he did and kept it quiet. Trump just cannot not take credit for something. Also, I'm a Trump supporter, and I know that the guy is an absolute idiot when it comes to doing these kind of things.
He does need to learn how to just. I mean, that's not his thing. He wants to be.
Yeah.
He's naming towers after himself. Right. He puts things in gold. That's his persona.
He put his face on Mount Rushmore on the cookies on Air Force One. See that?
There you go. I did not see that.
He put his face on Mount Rushmore.
That's a tasty cookie.
On the official. Nobody's ever seen a cookie like it.
But
I digress.
But 253, yes, he could have. I'm glad that he called. but he could have kept it quiet. I'll agree with you there.
Yeah. Something needed to be reviewed. I'm glad the call got made.
As long as Team U.S. wins, it would have been a shame if he wasn't in the game and then something bad happens and the team, we
don't win without our best player. Yeah.
You got to try everything you can. Mark in Port Townsend says President Trump's call to FIFA is completely innocent. The reaction from the left is classic. If Obama or Biden made the call to FIFA with this favorable outcome to U.S. soccer fans, they would be deemed as heroes and immortalized in their eyes. I tend to think that Obama would not have suffered the same reaction if he said, "Hey, I put in a call to FIFA."
Do you think he would have called?
Do I think he would have called?
Yeah, that's the question.
I would have been happy for him to do so, and I think he might have.
Do you think he would have?
Yeah, I think he might have.
I don't think he would have. I think
we'll never know.
He might have leaned on the men's team, say, "Hey, why don't you?" And the Trump administration put a 4-page legal document together to give to the U.S. men's team to take to FIFA.
God bless them.
To say, challenge this, appeal this call.
I'm glad they did.
Yep.
We got what we wanted.
Kevin in the 206 says the overall general consensus is the foul did not warrant a red card. It was an unfortunate coming together and at best could have been a yellow card. The contingent of referees got it wrong. Slow motion VAR tends to accentuate the action and disregards the intent. There was no intentional aggression. I agree with you, Kevin.
Couldn't agree more.
I got to respond. I got to read this one because it's in your benefit, Spike, so I don't want to force you to read it. But Spike is correct. If the USA wins, the world will always view it with an asterisk because of Trump intervening.
That's all I'm saying.
That could prove to be the case.
And I'm not saying it's warranted. I'm just saying it's the reality we end up facing. But it's going to be...
Winning solves a lot of sins.
It really does. It's going to be part of World Cup lore forever. On the 4th of July, Rebecca in Snohomish says, 4th of July dinner, top sirloin with herb butter, jalapeno cheddar bread, peach, tomato, and mozzarella salad. Oh, paired with good friends and wine.
God
Everything when paired with good friends just is better.
God bless you.
I know.
Rebecca.
Ain't that America?
Fernando in Seattle says, did I take the boys to Boom City? We ended up not going to Boom City. I got vetoed. My wife did not want me to buy fireworks that were not technically legal in Snohomish County.
You married so well.
But I'm going to sneak it past her someday. I'm going to get up there with the boys.
Well, thank goodness they were technically legal because of the confrontation that you had. Doug in Mount Vernon says, bonus 4th of July, setting off fireworks and random old ladies.
Yep. Everybody had a fun.
Concerned seniors, we're going to go with them.
Yes.
On the reality TV and Married at First Sight, putting their next season in Seattle, Branton, the 360, says more on TV. There's always more on TV.
It's very entertaining TV, though.
It is entertaining.
It's very entertaining TV.
There's no way to build a relationship.
253 says, I met my husband and we knew each other for less than 48 hours before he agreed to get married 6 months later. He was working as a merchant marine. He had to continue his job. He disembarked the ship in May. I flew to Greece on May 15th, 1980. We planned the wedding and the reception. We married on June 1st, 1980. On an island in Greece, we just celebrated our 46-year anniversary. 253, congratulations.
No kidding.
What a dream.
I love that story, man.
That's fantastic.
And she sent me a photo of their wedding day.
I saw that in the text chain.
Yeah.
Beautiful. I love it. Congrats.
Are you proud to be an American? 360 says, I'm not particularly proud of Washington not participating in the Great American State Fair. However, it's hard to be enthusiastic when the president is calling Democrats communists and enemies of America. The president's supposed to be the president of all Americans, not just the ones who voted for him. When you don't feel welcome, it's hard to participate.
I will say, to be fair, I don't think he's calling everybody communist. He's saying that the democratic socialists who believe a lot of communist things are communist. But we should debate that tomorrow. That'd be fun.
Sure, we can do that.
All right, we'll talk about it tomorrow. Lots of other stuff. Go Team US. We can all agree on that. We hope that they win tonight. We pray that they're going to win and have a great time. Hope you guys have a great time. John Curley's coming up next. He's got a ton of great stuff. I was peeking over his shoulder. It's going to be a fun show. Stay tuned. We'll see you tomorrow.
The spirit of the nation converges on Seattle.
Seattle hosting one of the biggest nights in U.S. men's soccer history.
It's just great to see America finally fall in love with the world's game.
Just stop and take in this moment.
Tonight, it's the U.S. versus Belgium to see who advances to the Final 8 in the World Cup. And Seattle was made for this.
Tillman!
Conversation and complete coverage at mynorthwest.com and KIRO Newsradio 97.3 FM.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-330-8323 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-330-8323. That's 800-330-8323. What do you have to lose? Call 800-330-8323. Again, 800-330-8323.
Get any size high-efficiency AC for just $179.99 a month with zero upfront costs. CM Heating's Comfort as a Service includes lifetime repairs and annual maintenance at no extra charge. Book your free estimate at cmheating.com today.
License number CMHEAHL 751LW.
Healthcare costs are rising, and a major driver is hospital prices. They've increased more than 250% over the past 25 years. Families and local businesses are feeling it. At Primera Blue Cross, we're working to change that by negotiating with hospitals to secure fair, responsible prices so you can get the care you need at a cost you can afford. That's coverage that counts. Learn more at coveragethatcounts.primera.com.
Are you in pain? Have you considered surgery or even joint replacement? Hi, everybody. It's John Curley. Before you make that decision, I recommend you see Dr. Mark Wagner, MD, at Seattle Sports and Regenerative Medicine. I did, and it's been a game changer. My doctor took a look at my x-rays and said, well, looks like you need a whole new hip. And then he said, wait, how old are you? And I told him, and then he said, well, wait, you're too young for a hip. You're just going to have to, live with the pain. We'll see you in 3 years. It was horrible. Dr. Wagner is a board-certified Seattle physician with over 30 years of experience performing more than 20,000 stem cell procedures, using a person's own stem cells to regenerate cartilage in their own joints. People with severe osteoarthritis, even bone on bone, are back doing what they enjoy doing without pain and without surgery. So whether it's a hip like I had, or a shoulder, elbow, ankle, wrist, or knee, before choosing surgery, see Dr. Mark Wagner first. Go to drmarkwagnermd.com.
What if the retirement plan you think you have isn't enough? Marshall and Ellen thought they were prepared.
We certainly thought we had all documents. We'd done the wills and the power of attorney and all that stuff.
Then they attended a seminar with elder law attorney Rajiv Nagayich at LifePoint Law.
The bigger parts of how that all plays out was definitely helpful.
LifePoint Law showed them what they were missing.
There were things we never thought of that made total sense once they were brought up. To have things planned so that your family isn't left with a mess or having to deal with things that they don't know anything about.
So what's their advice?
People wait too long. Get started, figure out what you want to do. Don't wait too long. Make those decisions and look at all your options.
Register for a free LifePoint Law retirement planning seminar in Federal Way on July 7th, Bremerton July 9th, Everett July 11th, or Bellevue July 18th. Space is limited. Sign up at lifepointlaw.com. lifepointlaw.com.